Good day, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Viper for Viperland, and I'm back here in Phoenix Wright, which will likely be the last Phoenix Wright stream of this year.
Been the one to fill your dark soul with light.
Because next week will be Christmas Eve, and then it'll be New Year's Eve, so this will probably be the last Phoenix Wright stream of the year. Yep, we were in the middle of episode 3, so yeah. There is a definite possibility of streaming something next week, depending on when festivities here wrap up, but it probably won't be this. I'll probably commit to something lighter, chill. Maybe we'll just do some fighting games, or maybe we'll just watch something. Excuse me. Also, hey, a ramen. Oh, Jackbox is never a bad idea, honestly. It's actually a pretty darn good idea. Yeah. Toxically Alchemist, a good game character music design. Yes, but also Ramen specifically had already started learning the inputs so that they could get better at Golden Fantasia. So I think it was just timing on top of that. I think it was learning the inputs in Umineko, and then one with the option for easier inputs for the ones that are truly bananas, and a good art style, and a bunch of people are playing. I feel like it's, you know. Whereas I still need to settle on a character to try to figure out. I was liking the Spear Chick last night, though, so maybe her. But I was also liking guarding and parrying, too, so I don't know. Maybe I'll stick with him. I don't know. I was gonna do some online games today, but I just stuck to Alan Wake, and I'm having a really good time with Alan Wake, so stuck to that. January 7th, Wright & Co. Law Offices. So, how do you think the trial went this morning? I mean, we're not done with it yet, so, you know. Yeah, that definitely, you know, didn't hurt things. How do you think it went? A bit crazy in there. I just wonder if that killed our chances. Yeah, I guess it did get out of hand. Mr. Kudo's testimony did nothing to help us. Plus, now we don't even know the identity of the waitress who laced the coffee. All we know is what old Mr. Kudo saw, the apron straps and the ribbon, and that the victim was wearing an earpiece when his eardrum was ruptured. Talk about a terrifying case of contradictions. Time to play doctor and find ourselves secure then, huh? Isabel Smash. That, yeah, that's fair. Oh man. I have had so few opportunities to fight you, especially after, let's say, like, the first round of the first day, that now I'm like, wait, no, I haven't really learned how to get past this owner. What do I do? All I've done is practice against pots. Yeah, we gotta find one for Maggie, or she's gonna have a terminal case of guilty. So I gotta mix things up there. Well, let's hit up Criminal Affairs. January 7th, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. But I do want to pick someone and try to get some levels on them, because I do like a lot of the stuff that unlocks. So I honestly might get Belial to level 2 just for the title, but that's not difficult. Level 2 is easy. Looks like Gumshoe's not here. Never mind that. What's going on? It feels different in here somehow. Honestly, I could just pick Belial and just, you know, have the suffering continue. I think? Who didn't smash and swap the winner out? That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, we can give that a shot. My thought process was I wanted to practice against the hardest opponent, so it made sense to have the winner stay for that. But yeah, now that I've gotten a lot of that practice, I still can't win anyway. May as well have variety instead. Yeah, I don't regret picking that, but I think that's a smart idea for this upcoming Saturday to mix it up. Yeah, everyone seems to be on edge. What are you doing? Call the officers for the briefing, quick! Can't you shut down the station server? Oh, somebody's getting hacked. Chief, quit playing on the internet! Oh, my email pen pal. Elite Asian princesses. Save it for later. I'm turning it off now. No, elite Asian princess. Everyone's keeping busy in here. No, they're clearly getting hacked. It must be. I hate the indefinite unknown of, oh, you could just work full time until we get this sorted again. It's like, okay. That's very vague. If I'm going to be full time permanently, fine. I need to make some adjustments in my life. I need to get lunches I can cook quicker because I only get a half hour for lunch. So like that's fine. That's normal stuff. Like not bad adjustments. Of course they exist. Well, thank you, Common, for gifting the song. Congrats to your pen pal, Elite Asian Princess. This is wonderful. Like, I got no problem. Like, if that's going to be the thing going forward, cool. But if it's going to be for a day or two, then I don't really need to change much. But if it's going to be for a week, if it's going to be for a month, if it's going to be indefinitely, I'll like the extra money, but I'll need to make some changes. And like, I wish it wasn't just such an unknown. It's just a very vague, till we're caught up. Like, it's just such a vague thing. And like, I get it. And I'm not going to complain about extra money, especially around the holidays. Though I get paid bi-weekly, so I won't see a cent of it till this Friday. But like, it's just. It is a chunky time commitment, yeah, and it's definitely first world problems. It's a work-from-home job that doesn't treat them like garbage, but won't be able to practice as much Granblue during the week. Wah. Terrible, awful. Keeping busy, more like panicking if you ask me. Something's going on. Something big. But it's been a long time since I've worked a full-time job. This must be the chief of the detectives here. And again, like, if this was a you are now full-time, I'd have some things I could swap around and make sure, like, yeah, cool. It's the unknown of, like, you're working overtime until it's done. It looks lost now that the power to his computer has been cut. He's still staring at it. Oh well, guess we'll just have to write her a real letter instead of an email. Alternately, you could write up some reports, just as condition. No, never once. They refused. They would never. They specifically, on busy weeks, would put me up to like 39 hours, but would never, ever cross that line. Ever. Would not do it. Most of the time, I'd either work a bunch of like shifts that added up to 39, or I would just work 4 hours a day at different times every day. That job was... The worst part is I didn't hate the work. I didn't hate working the deli, and I didn't hate customer service. The actual job, I didn't mind. Was it high aspirational content or anything? No, but, you know, somebody's got to do it. I didn't mind doing it. But it was everything around. Dear Elite Asian Princesses, how are you? I'm okay. How was the show last night? Wow, what an awesome job. Maybe I should send in my resume and become a chief. I mean, yes, but every horror story I've ever told a friend who has also worked a retail job, they have the same, if not a worse story. Like, the amount of times where my friend will start telling a story of like something that happened to them at their job, and I'd be like, I have that exact story down to like the letter, is frightening. Like, it's not just bad, it's the same. Well, Grim, thank you so much for the 73-month Raw Super subscription. I'm always pressing buttons. Is that what? I wasn't pressing buttons. I was going on a tangent. Wait, is going on a tangent functionally pressing buttons in a VN? Would it be? Since you're not supposed to be always pressing buttons in a fighting game, what I'm not supposed to be doing in a visual novel is tangents. Damn it, you're right, I was pressing buttons then. Damn it. Hey, Grim, thank you for 73 months, obviously, hot damn. Amazing, thank you. I hope you're having a good day, I hope your weekend's gone well. I will definitely do fighting games more soon, don't worry. we just learned about the chief of police's pen pal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the police mascot, isn't it? It's so cute. That's the blue badger. It was my idea. I made it, and now it's the national symbol of the police. So it's the pink one. I swear we've heard this exact same one before. Yeah. It's the same thing. They took away the check mark, but it's the same thing. Poster of a female police officer. Wait, no. That's the latest Babes in Uniform calendar. My bad. Yup. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? These are the detectives' desks. There are computers and files in each one. Funny, they're a lot tidier than I expected. Guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. This would be a Gumshoe's desk. He's still not allowed to take it out of the office, but they still couldn't afford to give him, like, you know, a real computer. Let's see one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Even pickpockets can have their pockets picked. That's a keeper. Better to go with something that doesn't sound too much like a slogan. He must be coming up with slogans for a crime prevention campaign. I'm not sure even he knows what kind of crime he's trying to prevent. Oh yeah, no, the police are always, always so just, oh, it's phenomenal. Just truly phenomenal. 7 detention center visitors home. Yes, Maggie's still in questioning. But we've got questions to ask her too. Maggie! Keep it down, Maya. This isn't a playground, you know? Okay, well... okay, I was about to say, we've been to 2 places. 7... empty, as usual. Yeah, and it's lunchtime, too. That's it, come on. Hey, that sounds like... Just call an 8, pal. Come on, I know you can. Getting really worked up about something. No, that's the wrong number. Ugh. Looks like an 8 would have only netted me $5 anyway. What a ripoff. Why would somebody with his luck ever gamble? Ever. When everything goes wrong in his life, why would he spend any of the, like, 5 cents he makes an hour gambling? I don't understand. Also, what happened to any of the background music? I did turn it back on, right? I'm not an idiot. Okay, yeah. All your work on computer elsewhere. Oh. See, for my job, I couldn't do anything except on their computer. So the entire first week was not even really me learning the job. It was just setting up the computer and all the different accounts and securities and VPNs and whatever it needed. So, like, my biggest fear is that something happens to that laptop and I have to take another week just getting it set up. That is my absolute fear. I don't want to do that. At the time when I started the job, we had an office in New York, but we don't have that office anymore. So, like, even if I wanted to go in, which I don't, not an option anymore. Huh? Oh, it's you! I was just, I was just listening to the radio, pal. Radio? Hey, Detective Gumshoe's having lunch here! He is, and he's having the twin tea set. Anything is on your computer true. I think he's like 9% down. Wait, really? Wow. I mean, I guess it makes sense if it's a government thing. They want all that super, absolutely majorly secured. Not that, like, any job wouldn't want security, but, like, you know. What can I say? I don't know. What can you say? What the radio? So what you were all excited about earlier? Huh? That's right. You said you were listening to the radio or something. Oh, that was nothing. I wasn't excited. Come on, Detective Gumshoe. You can tell little old me. What were you listening to? Nothing. Really. It was just a, daily exercise show. Oh, Gumshoe. What the? A psych lock? This lunch special's lobster sure is great. Why are there tears in your eyes? Oh man. So, do you like the twin tea set? Never paid that much money for lunch before. I'm so nervous, my hands are shaking. So, how did it taste? Well, 20 bucks, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, really. It was delicate. Delicate. You mean you liked it? Didn't taste bad to you? What's the matter with him? Looks like he's thinking. That's it. I've been trying to think of the right word to describe the taste. And I just realized, it's bad. That's it. It tasted bad. It's kind of hard to admit it to yourself when you paid 20 bucks for it, you know? Yeah, I know. Maybe you should have found out about the price after you had finished eating. Ooh. Hey, Nick, maybe that's why Glenn Elg came here. Maybe you heard about the super fierce twin tea set. By fierce, you mean fearsome. Speaking of Glenn Elg, that reminds me. I still hardly know anything about the guy. Why don't we ask Detective Gumshoe what he knows, seeing he's here? The only thing worse than bad food is expensive bad food. Especially when it's like, shouldn't even have been expensive. Like when you go to a place and it's like, $26, $27, $30 for a plate of pasta, and you can tell that it's like overcooked and it was box pasta with definitely just canned sauce, and it's like, you thieves and heathens, how dare you? It's like, come on. No, he definitely doesn't seem like, I mean, to be fair, I'm not either, so I get it, but like, sometimes when you go to cons and stuff, like, you try something out, or like you try the hotel restaurant, and sometimes the hotel restaurant is a little expensive but very good, and sometimes the hotel restaurant is a little expensive and not very good. You know, it's the nightmare. How am I supposed to look Maggie in the eyes now, pal? Really drove her into a corner, you know. You always blow apart my testimony. Why of all days didn't you do it today? Sorry, there just weren't any holes in it for once. Yeah. Not how much you should eat. Oh man, all you can eat restaurants are great. We don't have a ton around here. I haven't been to one in a while, but there used to be a good all you can eat Chinese restaurant. And by good, I mean wouldn't give you food poisoning, which is really just when you're at an all you can eat place, that's just that's the bar, really. You know none of the dishes are going to be phenomenal, but that's not why you're there. You're there to try a bunch of things that you might not normally buy if it was full, like for a full entree. Oh man, see the thing is, I just don't really dig steak. Like, if somebody's like, "Hey, I got this steak already cooked and ready to go. You want some?" Sure, cool. But if I'm gonna have beef, I'm gonna have it basically any other way first, usually in burger form. I'm just not a steak person. It's just not for me. I don't want it bleeding, but I also don't want to chew it for 6 hours a bite. It's just not for me. I get that people like it. I get that they have strong opinions on it. Awesome. Eat your steak. I did have a steak at a place that was like a big fancy steak place. The last full-time job I did work, the boss took us out. I used to work with my dad, and he wasn't the boss, but the big boss took all of us out. Not a big company, so it was like 6 of us, to an actual like steakhouse, like a good steakhouse. And admittedly, that was the best steak I have had before. But he didn't show us the check, and I would not have looked at that. So, admittedly, even better than the steak, what they had is really thick cut bacon. It was basically just a chunk of just bacon, and it was just delicious. The price is very high. But admittedly, again, the one place that I went to where I would never have wanted to look at the menu and would never have paid that much for a steak myself was admittedly the best steak I've had before. So, for what it's worth, they did do something to it that made it better. I don't know what. But for me, if I'm having beef, burger all the way. All the way. No questions asked. Burger. Not even a contest. Because, like, a good, like, restaurant-style burger, it's hard to beat that for me. Especially when you can go with something a bit, like, wilder if you're feeling it. Like a good, like, black and blue burger. Or, like, I don't know, bacon Swiss or something. For me, that'll always be superior to a steak. For me. For me. Swiss cheese? Would you have preferred crumbly, like, aged Parmesan? Oh, why all the cheese? Excuse me. Fried egg on a burger? See, exactly. Anyway, this case has already been ruled on. There shouldn't be any holes left to find. So, did Maggie say anything to you? About me, I mean. Well, how did she put it again? I believe the nature good. I hate him, sir. Something like that. Well, or gumshoe, or onion, or ochi, both. Onion rings, fried egg. Just saying. I feel like I've had that burger, like onion rings, fried egg, a little bit of barbecue sauce, cheddar cheese. Delicious. Growing up, I used to agree sore, but now I'm very much in the camp of onions belong in probably everything. And anything I cook myself starts probably with me cooking some onions in a pan. Like, that's probably just how everything I cook starts. Not that I cook a ton, unfortunately, but see, I really love how sweet onions get when you cook them. Admittedly, different onions. Correct, not all onions. I've seen guides online. I don't know off the top of my head. I like the sweeter type, so I tend to get the like red onions. But I now, like, growing up, didn't like them at all. Now, very pro onion. Please, Step your gumshoe, didn't we? Why is this happening? He's banging his head against the wall, Nick. Oh man, poor gumshoe. He comes back with just a big red welt on his sprite. Well, I don't know if there's going to be anything new we can find here. Like, did anything new happen? It shouldn't have. Murder occurred. Yep, please stay. Yep. Don't lick the poison. I remember that one. Check the kitchen. January 7th, kitchen. Huh? Mr. Armstrong's talking to someone. I'll be back next month. Oui, naturalmente. I will be waiting for you. I feel like that design seems out of place. Like, that almost doesn't look like any other character design in Phoenix Wright. Like, Super just looks... I don't know what about it. Like, that looks like a... if I didn't know better, I'd say that's a sprite from another game. I know better, because this isn't, like, modded or anything. This is just a game, so it's not. But, like, it absolutely... Oh, okay, fair. I'm not playing with the original pixel art right now. So that's fair. The secret to Brussels sprouts is to make them as unhealthy as possible. The secret is to cook them with bacon and butter. And then they're delicious. But at that rate, you're just... Any health value in the Brussels sprouts is gone. If you haven't got it by then, I'm afraid I might get a little hot around here. No, I will have everything ready, I promise. I don't remember the voice I gave him, so we're just going with the first thing off the top of my head. Oh, damn. Alright. I love fire, by the way. You know? I love the way it crackles. Oh, ants on a log is still one of the greatest foods of all time. It just is. It's the simple, greatest celery, chunky peanut butter from me, and some raisins. 11 out of 10. Phenomenal. Literally just like a week ago, no, I guess it would be two, right after Thanksgiving, we had a bunch of celery left over, and I had only a little bit of peanut butter left in a jar of peanut butter. I was like, well, obviously, this is the solution here. I can do straight celery, but if peanut butter is an option, I will always do peanut butter. For me, celery ends up just a little stringy. Like, it's fine. Hey, Ark, how's it going? Welcome to Viper Line in the chat. Yeah, I don't think I could do better cooking a steak. I just don't want the steak. Given a choice, I would just eat the different. I would just do ground beef. Why do you dip celery in peanut? What? Why wouldn't you? Have you never had celery in peanut butter? You take peanut butter and you spread it in like the groove of the celery, and you just eat the celery stick. It's delicious. Or you put raisins on top, which is I've always heard called ants on a log. It's delicious. What do you mean no, Sor? What's wrong with you? That's so good. It's one of the greatest, simplest things. Yeah, not even kidding. Again, like 2 weeks ago I was having that, and I was very happy with myself. Oh, I'm sure, Ark. But like, I'm not a big enough steak person to even notice. I'm just like, even a great steak is still just like, I'd rather a burger. And a bad steak, I'd really rather a burger. Because you know what? I've had mediocre burgers, but I don't think I've ever had a truly like, didn't enjoy that burger. I've had ones where like, yeah, that was only okay. I don't think I've ever had a bad burger. I've definitely had steak where I've been like, I'd rather have eaten like anything else right now. Taste buds just strange. Absolutely. Agreed. Yes. The whole 100%. Don't let me down. I'll be watching you. No, this is not necessary. You can trust me, mademoiselle. To anyone, and I'll drive a knife right through your heart. Well, I'm glad we're overhearing this conversation. Oh no, you don't have to worry. You know you worry far too much. Maybe this will help you relax. It is the oil of sandalwood. I do love raw meat from time to time. Oh yes, specifically, I honestly think if I was only going to add one vegetable to a soup I was making, it would be celery. Admittedly, ideally, I'd add more than just that. But like, when I think of like the perfect like vegetable to add to a soup, especially like a chicken stock or something like that, it's absolutely like celery, like medium-sized celery. Very good. I'm taking my leave. Goodbye for now. Correct. Like, you do kind of need the whole three, but if I had to just pick one, for a soup, it would be celery. Just for soup. Anything else would be onions. Just water. Yeah, it's water with a bit of crunch, which is nice in a soup sometimes. I have the shivers. I must rub some of my oil all over my body before I become the nervous wreck. There. Oh, oui, that feels good. Ooh la la, excusez-moi, monsieur. My eyes! Your eyes? If you have trouble with your eyes, you need just la oil of... Why does sandalwood solve everything, huh? Not ice. Cucumber. Yeah, cucumber also. Watermelon, I would argue, has a bit more of its own flavor. To be fair, also cucumber. Cucumber has more flavor than celery. Like, celery is just water. Cucumber is mostly water with a bit of its own flavor. Watermelon is a lot of water, but a lot of its own flavor. Robin? See, I can go through a fair amount of watermelon given the chance. Cucumber likes to linger, you're right. Isn't this just the leftovers what you were just using? Well, I mean, as long as it's what's left in the bottle and not what they, like, wrung out of their clothes or something, then who cares? Yes, starting from the bottom, celery, cucumbers, watermelon. Yes. All very, hydrated. Ah, you're right. What was I thinking? Of course, bottom is LaCroix. I've had a LaCroix exactly once. And it's like, I got no beef with seltzer water, but don't advertise that it's like fruit flavored. Like, come on. That's seltzer water. And that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But water, really? To me, watermelon tastes like watermelon. You don't exactly have many customers, do you, Mr. Armstrong? No, you're right, monsieur. But perhaps that is a perfect time for you to visit me, no? That way I can give you my undivided attention and cook for you la dish supreme. Putting on a brave face, huh? That's what girls do, Nick. But you are right, business is very difficult these days. Perhaps our name is a love problem. People do not understand it, as they think it is prey. I just want people to think that my restaurant was exclusive. That they think you just serve fast food and cheap plastic. Oh, but they think you just serve fast food. Ooh. Oh, always. Also, hey mates, how's it going? Welcome to... Definitely, it's fine. I'm not butchering French. I'm butchering their accent, which is not even really French to begin with. So don't worry about it. Fine, it's fine. Yeah, it's kind of like how South Park gets weird things. As long as I butcher all languages equally, then it's honestly probably okay. Yes, we. I thought it was just me butchering it, the French accent, but you're right. It is we butchering the French accent. Yeah, I probably have more than my fair share of fast food, but you know. There was a time where I didn't know enough about their business practices, and there was one open near me, and I'd occasionally have their shakes, because it was a good way to, like... Short, sad story. Before my aunt passed several years back, the thing she always wanted to do, as they were building the Chick-fil-A, she would always talk about how in summertime they had these peach shakes that had actual bits of peach in it, and she passed before being able to have one of those. So the summer after, I ended up going, and maybe once or twice during the summer, I'd get one of those shakes and just, you know, like, remember. But their business practices are very bad. And we have a Popeyes literally 2 doors down from them. So I don't have a moral conundrum because I go to Popeyes. So it's one of those things of like, it finally got to the point where like I couldn't ignore it personally, and I'm like, well, oh, sorry, Mitz. I think that it is an idea that is going to go comedically wrong fast, but I'm down to do it. I'm down to try. But I think it is going to go comedically wrong very fast. Just how it is, though. But yeah, oh, well, pretty likely, yes. Yeah. Mitz wants us to do the one save only mode of Baldur's Gate 3, so like no save scumming, no just make a save just in case, just whatever happens is permanent. And, you know, that'll be fun. So that'll be something. I tried their chicken sandwiches once. They were fine. But I prefer Popeyes anyway, so it's easy for me. And I live right next to a main street, so like near me is Shaw's, which I technically fast food, even though it's like it's a halal place, but it's like fast food, halal, delicious. Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's, KFC, all within like a 3-minute drive of my house, so it's all there. Anything I want is readily available. You get to the Taco Bell, it's the other side of town, but I'm often over there because I'm at the card place with my brother. Correct. There is no ethical consumption under capitalism. You just have to... The thing is, at some point, you potentially draw your own line. Like I've drawn my line for Activision. But like, I understand. I ain't sitting here being like, y'all have to have the same lines I got. That's just where mine is. I've drawn that line for Activision. I've drawn that line for Chick-fil-A for me. But yeah, I'm sure if I looked into any corporation, any food thing, anything, I'm sure some of my money is going to somebody who's doing awful things. I have no doubt about that, and that's a shame, but I have zero doubt. Hell, man, this gonna suck for power. Of course. I missed stuff in chat. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you're in the South, you have fried chicken, and it is delicious. Jangles. I've heard. I've never. We don't have them around here. So, just look up. No worries. The thing you just serve fast food in cheap plastic trays? Nick, that's the kind of thing that can make a girl cry. Or hiccup. You've forgotten that Mr. Armstrong is a man, Maya? But this restaurant is my life. It is everything to me. I'll defend it to la finale. No one will take it from me. Okay. So, who is that woman you were just talking to? Ooh la la, you saw that? Ah, well, yes. Oh. Do I have to be afraid? Do I have to be afraid? Oh, I can't check it from here. Ark. Do I have to be afraid? Okay. You did mention you wanted to ticket this. Alright. The only day that is 100% spoken for right now is tomorrow. Sora's already using a ticket, but let me know when you'd want to ticket it, and we'll work it out. I have no beef with that. But tomorrow's spoken for, not changing that. That's the only day that's like set in stone right now. And ideally not Saturday, because I'm liking the idea of doing Saturday's Grand Blue right now. And or Skullgirls when that update comes out. So, that's gonna be a something stream. Oh, for $5? Yeah, that's honestly, I imagine I'll get, even though I probably wouldn't have bought it myself, probably more than $5 worth of entertainment out of it. That'll probably be a good song request stream too. The Skullgirls has a new character coming out. What's her name again? Mari? I want to say? I don't remember her name. But I think she hits beta at some point. Grim was talking about it the other day, and I don't know the details of the nebulous "It's coming up." I don't think we have a date yet, or if so, I didn't hear about it. Ah, well, yes, sorry. So, who was she? She looked so polite and graceful. Polite and graceful! And she likes raw meat and fires, right? Mario the Maid. Yeah, there you go. Still about his house designer dreams. You don't have to buy The Sims anymore. Base game's free, I believe. I believe Sims 4 is free. It's the DLCs that cost money now, right? They changed their strategy. I believe, on all systems. Now that I think about it... Hey, Maya? I think it's pretty clear what kind of conversation they were having. You think so? Well, then let's just show him that piece of evidence, see what happens. What? The hell piece of evidence do you have for that? Yeah, I remember. What evidence? Yep. Uh-huh. We didn't find my phony. I totally forgot that this all started with the phony Phoenix Wright. What evidence? It's true. This is good. Oh, cool. Nifty. So long as that paper exists, I'm but a delightful angel with some broken wings. Angel, huh? Doesn't bode well when you think about it. Please, they kept harassing me month after month. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to give in. I agreed to help them. Help them? With what? Must be, sir. If I did not owe them a lot of money, I would have refused. But my hands were tied. Please, what did you agree to help them with? No, I cannot say. I tell you, that woman, she will slice me up and eat me with the salad garnish. Ew. Who doesn't mean that he'll literally be sliced up and served with garnish? Judging by the way she was talking, it's like 60-40. I guess that woman has something to do with your loan contract. Ah! Please, Mr. Armstrong, tell us about that woman. That's too powerful. No, that's too powerful. We don't need yandere loan sharks. The woman who was here earlier, I take it that she's why has it come to this? What a tragedy. Suddenly I find myself so deep in the debt. It is a sign of the bad world we live in, huh? No, say it's more of a sign of the bad culinary skill. Ooh, Phoenix. The woman who is here, the scary woman, she is from the loan office. Loan office? Is that where you borrowed $500,000 from? Oui, tender lender it is called. Catchy name. Just hearing it makes me want to borrow some money. Maya, no. Please, you must not borrow from them. If you must, no more than $10. $10? Sounds like your whole monthly stipend, Maya. Hey, I got a bit more than that. Thank you very much. Tender lender is the loan office you borrowed $500,000 from, huh? If they've got anything to do with this case. No, probably not. I mean, why would they have anything to do with this case? I mean, surely nothing whatsoever. I can't imagine. I'm a weak woman. When I'm upset, I have to buy something nice to cheer me up. Thanks to him loaning me the money, I have to pay back $500,000. That's how. I mean, I'm not going to defend loan sharks and aggressive loan granting companies, and I'm sure they've done some shady things. But maybe if your solution to every day you didn't have a good restaurant day wasn't to buy something expensive. I'm just saying it takes two to tango. I'm like a slave. I have to do everything that he tells me. Who's this he? La Tiger. The Tiger? Oui, he is the manager of the tender lender. A terrifying man, La Big City mobster. When he shouts at me, my knees are trembling and his voice is ringing in my ears for 3 days. As soon as I hear the noise of that battered old scooter he rides, I start to... Oh no. Big City mobster who rides a battered old scooter. Does this guy resemble me by any chance? Oh, no. This man is a presence. A most formidable personality. Although, he does have less spiky hair just like you. There is a resemblance there, I suppose. Sounds like this loan office is worth checking out after all. If you want to visit the tender lender, it's just beyond Vitamin Square. Hey, Nick? If you need money, I can loan you some, as long as it's less than $3. Oh, thanks for the offer. Just beyond Vitamin Square, huh? Ooh, so glad he's got us covered. January 7th, Vitamin Square. I don't see any sign of Mr. Kudo, do you? Maybe he went to buy another ton of birdseed. Kinda hoping he wouldn't be here anyway. At least not for now. Besides, any more seeds today and I'm liable to turn into a real phoenix. Bird jokes. Hey, check this out. Wouldn't get too close to that if I were you, otherwise you might be in for a shock. Boney must be lurking someplace nearby. Just imagine a tiger loose in the city. Meanwhile, the real Phoenix is like an abandoned chick lost in a vast urban jungle. Huh? Don't worry, someday you'll grow up and become a ferocious tiger too. Don't lose hope. Is she trying to pep talk me into becoming my phony? This is just my thing. This place is so fruity. It's not a bad thing. Besides, I love apples. They're among my favorites. And that apple slide is perfect for you. And why is it so perfect? What's so perfect about it? Oh, come on, don't be a stick in the mud. Slide down it a few times. Go on. No way. Get covered in sand if I slid down that slide. Anyone can see that. Yeah, you're right. Otherwise, I'd give it a try too. Pomeranian Tokyo Jungle. Man, that game was ahead of its time. There is no other game like Tokyo Jungle. At all. And I don't think there ever will be. Hey, look! Pigeons! Yeah, and heaps of them, too. Did you know that pigeons are a symbol of peace? The dove. Now, again, you're splitting hairs. Pigeon is a slang term. They are rock doves, so just dove facts. Or things. So they can't be symbols of peace and harmony just because they're gray? Is that it? You're overthinking this one. No, she's not. You're underthinking this one, Phoenix. Looking at this orange reminds me. What? You're supposed to eat a lot of them to ward off colds in the winter. You can't have fun during the holidays if you're sick and bad, you know? Speaking of fun, if we get Maggie acquitted, maybe we can all get together sometime. Okay, but what if we play with someone who's never even won a game of tic-tac-toe? How about we change the rules a bit then? We could play Old Maid and, we could say the person who's left with the Old Maid at the end is the winner. How's that? Not bad. Not bad at all. We could even rename the game to Fair Maiden. Alright. Well, let's, see about the loan office. That is absolutely just a Yakuza office. Like, that's 100% just... It's fine. Okay. This place gives off a really Yakuza vibe, doesn't it? Excuse me. Looks like the tiger isn't in his lair. And it is, as I say, a very good thing. Welcome. Gulp. Talk about a creepy voice. Makes your soul want to shrivel up and die. Oh. You're here to discuss a loan. No, not exactly. The manager is away at the moment. Wait quietly, please. If you make too much noise, I will stab you. She's gone, just like that. Guess we'll just have to come back another time. This is the perfect opportunity, Nick. This place reeks of suspicion. Come on, Nick, let's take a look around, okay? Do you think it'd be okay? Of course, no one will ever know. Coffee? Ah! I'll leave it here for you to enjoy, quietly. Be careful, it's very hot. I made it with a blowtorch. I wanted a flamethrower, but they said I couldn't have it. Yes, thank you! Do not touch the desk, please. It is covered in germs. I threw up on it just earlier. I haven't even wiped it down. Nick, let's get out of here! Now she wants to get out of here? Oh, guess we're gonna immediately touch the desk. That's one impressive desk on one impressive rug. It's solid gold, Nick. Gold! Just look at that shine. Only real gold shines like that. How do you know it's solid gold? How do you know it's not gold plated? Huh? It's just the underrated things, Ron. Don't worry about it. Would you really want such a shiny desk, though? I don't know, but let's see what it's like to sit at a solid gold desk. I imagine the glare of like the light coming through the window and trying to get any work done on that thing. Wow, I'm completely dazzled. It's because it's completely dazzling. I can sit my nose on the reflection. That's gotta be really distracting. And the desk isn't practical. No surprise there. Like, I imagine there's like a 20-minute window of each day where you can't actually stand in that room because it's just like, ah. There's a CD player on the desk, but the desk is so loud it's a wonder you can hear it. Alright, Phoenix, I'll give you that one too. The lid's open. I wonder what kind of music the tiger's into. You finished the coffee? Ah! Yes, thanks. It was lovely. So, you drank it all? Cool. You touch anything else that doesn't belong to you, there's always another cup. They're just gonna die now. They're just gonna die. That coffee. It's laced with something. I'm almost sure of it. Nick, my stomach. It's killing me. Oh, wait. Maybe it was just the burger I ate for breakfast. I sure hope so. Better take a look at that CD while we're still alive and have the chance. What the? What? It's not the Rocco soundtrack, is it? Claw of the Tiger? It's the demo CD. The artist's name has been handwritten on the disc and pen. MC Bomber. What? This must be the CD Maggie told us about. Let's listen to it. I bet it's heavy metal. No way. That woman will make us drink more coffee if we do. She didn't make you do anything. She offered it to you and you downed the whole thing without questioning anything. MC Bomber entered the court record. You questioned nothing and drank the whole... What's this? It's a punching bag. What? No way! You wouldn't catch me walking around with a bag like that. What do you mean walking around? The design's gross to start with, and it's way too heavy to be practical. Why is it called a punching bag? Don't people know messenger bags are in? I knew it. I was right before back at Tribulations. Paris fashion is more my thing. Really hope she's pulling my chain on this one. Well, I mean, how often do you think she's seen workout equipment? In the spirit medium channeling village. Let's see, this round doll thing is called a Daruma, I think. I figured I'd read a book or two and be more cultured in case you're wondering. You mean you aren't making stuff up for a change? But you also didn't know that no matter what, he'll always right himself. Go on, Nick. Give him a good shove. What if I feel like dying? This yellow thing. This is a Japanese chess piece. I think it's a king? Not that I'm an expert or anything. More of a reversey person, you know. Assuming she knows what she's talking about, these aren't exactly your typical mobster wannabe items. They're not trophies. Because they're not mobsters, they're Yakuza. Clearly. Obviously. They're super standard Yakuza office fare. Hey, there's a piece of paper sticking out from under here. What is it? A repair bill? I think he did some repair work in his car. Does he even have one? $15,000 to replace a bumper and a light. That's insane. The car is registered to the Cadavernis? Cadavernis? Yeah. Right. No, so it's not even the Tiger's car. How do you know that? Why would someone else's repair bill be in the Tiger's office? Repair bill added to the court record. Somehow it's gumshoe. Hey, look at this Parisian style coat. It's so chic. It's more like a pimp coat to me. Guess I haven't got an eye for fashion. Okay. Because just play mini games all day. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, look at this. That suit's the same color as the one you wear, Nick. Huh. Same color as my suit. Ah! Your voice down, Maya. Nick, you gotta take a look at this. Okay. Ah! I'll just leave it here for you. Yeah, sure. Thanks. Just wait here quietly. Otherwise... Sure! Did you hear that, Nick? Wait quietly, she said. Yeah, sure. I have my eye on you, only so I can take care of you. Understand? I'm scared, Nick. So, what were you getting so excited about before? Look, on the lapel of the suit. That's an attorney's badge. I guess. Yep. That's an attorney's badge. Is the Tiger a lawyer? Yes, Maya. He worked hard, trained hard, and studied hard. And for his efforts. Got very lucky, yes. I mean, it's fooled Maya. No way, look at this thing. It's made of paper. Paper badge. Found at Tender Lender. Oh, put it over here. Made of cardboard and painted to look authentic. For some reason, your badge suddenly looks really cheap to me, Nick. Why doesn't anyone recognize an obviously fake badge when they see one? Win through compromise. Wonder what that's supposed to mean. Must mean something if they took the trouble to frame it like that. Yeah, well, still doesn't make any sense to me. It's Tenderlander's guiding principle. Oh! Compromise the customer to win. Oh, I see. How about you, Nick? Yeah, well, as long as you don't have to compromise my hair, I'd say we're okay. One slogan no business owner should ever explain to their customers. Alright. No, someone's dropped the ashtray on the floor. It's gonna be a nightmare to clean up. Yeah, it's all over the rug and everything. I accidentally knocked over a really big space heater once. Cleaning up was such a pain. It was one of those super antiques where you have to burn a ton of charcoal. How did you manage to knock one of those over? Aren't they supposed to be super heavy? Oh, hey! There's a book of matches here, too. Matches, huh? Places don't give those out much nowadays. Hey, wait a second. What is it? What's printed on its cover? It says, ABN. Matches used for advertising. Pound Lying and Tenderlander. These matches could come in handy. I might be able to use them. Yeah. Pilot light for the office boiler keeps going out. Swing and a miss, Maya. Swing and a miss. Oh. I think the tigers returned. Arr. They could have made that final line go all the way to the end. They're like, nah. Arr. Ah! I'm up from under the desk, Maya. What are you two snooping around my office for? Why? I forgot that he was like Oni Red for no reason. I can't believe somebody looked at this man in that suit and went, yeah, that's Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Nothing. We were just... The precious carpet. You just got ash on my rug. You're gonna watch your ugly feet never come through. Gonna wish your ugly feet never came through my door. It wasn't us. It was already like this. You just want to argue with me? Is that what you doing? You think you can take me on? I'm gonna flatten you twos into pancakes and turn you into my new rug. Oh, Don Tigre, you're back. That voice, it's like evil seeping into your head through your ears. It's a lot more orange than I remember. Oh man. Good. Oh, Shangri-La Frontier, okay. I'm sorry, Don Tigre. I knocked over that ashtray earlier and... Eek! She got a death wish or what? Oh, right. Huh? Forget about it, Violetta. It's nothing. Nothing. Oh, what? I ain't gonna get mad at you. You're too cute, you hear? That's so unfair. Here, have some cookies. I just baked them. But you'll need some strong espresso while you're discussing your loan. Oh, so he knows us. I mean, he would. Also, what is with this man? Phoenix, right. Yeah, yes? He's either crazy or just plain stupid to chase after me. I worked so hard, but now you just gotta come here and mess up my plan. What is him? It's my phony. Yeah, but I don't care. No one gets in my way. What? I mean, excuse me? You should have left the little girl at home, right? I have a few things I want to ask. No questions. This is the last time we meet. Wait, please. That was pretty weak, Nick. You waited until he was out of earshot before we shouted after him. You're one to talk. I didn't hear you scream. Hold it. Espresso. Ah! And cookies. This woman is definitely not good for my heart. What was it the tiger called her? Violetta? First things first. About this. Okay, well, fine. So, kind of curious about your company, Tender Lender. The warm and friendly atmosphere you'd expect from a family-sized business. Conscientious rate of interest and an attractive repayment policy. Why do I get the feeling this sentence is not going to end well? We will tenderly lend you that little bit extra if you're a tender lender. Hey, Nick, things are a bit tight for Wright & Co. at the moment, aren't they? I mean, there's that $500 you owe me from our card game for starters. Why don't you take out a loan? Would I like to take out a loan from a place like this? Not so much. Tender lender is on your side. So, let's say I'm late with my repayment. What happens then? We give you more coffee. Strong coffee. Right. I think I'd rather skip town. Hey, just remember, I can make strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well. Oh yeah. I think Tokimeki Memorial 1 got a full translation recently, didn't it? 2, not so much. Which means everything I heard says you should, or everything I heard from the same video you watched says you should try 2 if you're trying to practice Japanese anyway. He really made it sound like 2 really was just a step above. Even though he chose to make like a 6-hour-long video about 1, you know. So, do you know about the incident we're investigating? What incident? Well, a man was poisoned in a restaurant just near here. That incident. Let me see. I was here that day with the manager. The manager being the tiger. Furio Tigre. Furio Tigre? That's where the tiger thing comes from. Yeah, no. He doesn't put out videos often, but they are an event. Considering the amount of time it took me to write the script, record the B-roll footage, and record the audio and edit everything down was probably about 2 weeks or so. I didn't time my exact starting point or anything. I think it was about 2 weeks. For a 20-minute video, and admittedly, somebody who doesn't do it too often, I imagine as you do things more, you get a little better at them. But like, yeah, I can only imagine that takes him forever. I mean, his script alone must be like 1,000 pages. Yeah. I don't think... I'm clearly just not a wordsmith. I don't think I've ever had that much to say about a single topic, let alone a game. I guess I'm not that analytical, good at writing any of those things. Holy jeez, like... Oh, love his videos. I've watched each one of them more than once, and probably will again for that matter. It's such... When I know I've got a large chunk of time that I need something on that won't distract me because I've seen it before. Yep. Yes, good speaking voice too, good writing voice, and the perfect little editing flourishes, the repeated memes. Like, I will be able to hear that bingo for the rest of my life. I've never played the game, but I'll be able to hear that bingo anytime. Or the constant Mario dying sound. 6 hours in just one PoE mechanic. Depends on the mechanic. I could probably do like 6 hours on PoE, but I've played the game for what will soon be 12 years, right? 2012, yeah. So almost 12 years. Zinnia Hop's got a real name. Nick, hurry up and find out more about him. Presumably there'll be something we can present here. This. Just because she doesn't have a lot to say, so it makes it seem like... Let's just assume any about this means... no. And maybe we're not going to get anywhere here. But as always, gotta rub everything on everyone. All coffee. Oh yeah, I barely even do any of the crafting, but like high-end crafting stuff is an art. That's true, especially because you've played the whole series at this rate. You could. Like, yeah, like, I could probably do, oh, maybe not 6 hours, but I could probably do a several-hour-long video about my journey and experiences through, let's say, the Final Fantasy series as, oh, nope, didn't drop anything, as a series. But like a single game, man, that's just nuts. Just nuts. I don't even, none of these are ones that are gonna, but I got it anyway. Alright, let's try the people for the hell of it, just to say we did it. Can I ask you about the tiger? I mean, Mr. Tigre. Okay? Sure! How do you like my cookies? I make them myself. Go ahead, Nick. The honor is all yours. No, ladies first, Maya. No matter how I look at this, I just don't get it. What are the tiger and this scary girl doing working together? Well, it's kind of like bad cop, worse cop. He is. We are lovers. That's not exactly coming across in your tone of voice. I put down Tigre in my life. He's the one who saved me. The tiger saved you? Please address him properly as Don Tigre. Otherwise, I'll have to. Okay, Don Tigre. Of course, I'm sorry. Saved her life. I'd sure like to know how that happened. Can we ask? Yeah. I'm very frail, you see. Just recently, I died once. You died? 4 months ago. Doctors said to abandon all hope. Guess they were expecting her to take a boat ride across the River Styx. Phoenix, you're not wrong, but like, who would... But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything. Everything? When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy. No offense, but I'm finding that a little hard to believe. Decided I'd pay him back my life by serving him coffee and espresso. I wonder about what's in her coffee. So, is that why you've got that bandage around your head? This? Yes, that. So what's the story with the bandage? I put it on after the operation. Operation? Just a little injury. A little fatal injury. A fatal injury? I just suffered one herself by the sound of it. So that's the injury you were talking about before when you said you had died once. Oh, that's gonna be a tough one, isn't it? Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. It really creeps me out, Nick. Same here, but we gotta find out the truth. At least see what we're working with. I doubt we have the stuff for it, but... So, yeah. Don't worry, tons of people do, and it's gonna flood YouTube and everything. It's all of it. Just all searches for all things will eventually lead to ChatGPT create itself, just because, boy, is it way faster to write that than to actually write anything yourself. You said that bandage around your head was from an operation? You also said you suffered a fatal injury to the head, correct? Yes, the operation was very difficult, apparently. Now, by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow. Yeah, that's what fatal injury means, Phoenix. Did the injury in question have something to do with this? You ate lunch at Tribulations, didn't you? It almost killed me. You were frail to begin with. Well, people think ChatGPT is a knowledge bot. It is not. ChatGPT is a bot that has gotten very good at putting words together to sound like a human would put them together. That's it. That is the extent of what ChatGPT is. That is it. It is just a really good version of the predictive text on like a phone. That's it. That's it. That's it. And if you, like, one of my friends, it's just like giving it random like questions just to like see and test it, and like even like fairly basic like math questions, get it wrong. Like, yeah, sure, it's probably gonna get 1 + 1 and stuff like that, but like slightly higher, just like, I don't know, middle school, high school level stuff, it would get wrong very confidently. And like, that's not what it's meant to do. People just go, it's a bot on the internet, so it's accessed all the internet, so it knows everything. It's not at all. Not even a little. But people gonna stupid. I don't think I have enough evidence. Yeah, correct. It's okay. I'm sure it won't just lead to even more factually questionable information being passed around everywhere. Sure, it definitely won't. There he is! Old Seedy's back, feeding the pigeons again. There, take this and this! Get out of my park! Like I thought, he's really mad. Come on, Maya, just keep your head down and let's sneak away while we still can. The world, yeah, of course. Well, we know Skynet won't be run on ChatGPT because we know it's actually going to be it's going to be run. We know it's my bot. So, you know, that clicked off to click the bot, but like, yeah, we already know it's my bot. It's taking time getting used to things here in Viperland before it grows and evolves and takes over the world. You know. What? Why? Hello, old man.
Hallelujah!
What are you doing, Maya? Mm-hmm. Oh, it doesn't become Skynet. It betrays us to Skynet. Totally different. Okay. Slightly different. But also, yes, the bot knows. Yeah. The bot is very aware. What worries me is that the odds portion of the bot is the one I programmed. But the quote, and like the sound effect, the random sound effects for oof, is Streamlabs chatbot. So they clearly agree that they will both betray us to Skynet. Not one of them, it's both. They're working together. That you can tell that's the one I programmed because you can tell the formatting's a little weird. There's a space between the percent, like it's just a little off, but like it worked, and I just went, cool, it works, good enough. So you can kind of tell that was me. What are you doing, Maya? Huh? God. Don't remember his voice either, so we're just rolling with it. Hey, he just turned his back on us. Not surprised. Better really hurt his pride in court this morning. Hey, Mr. Kudo. Vision. Look, we really need to talk to you, alright? The demons! In with the good fortune! Ow, 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 ow! See, shells, splinters! Painful. I just knew you were a demon, Maya. No part of this is gonna go well. Sorry about what happened in court earlier today, but you know, if you just didn't lie, maybe we wouldn't have to pointed out that you lied. God, everyone will be talking about me behind my back now. Dirty old man was so busy looking at the servant girl's backside. Well, but you were, weren't you? Then I can't remember her face, a filthy, depraved animal. Well, I mean, would they be wrong? Not at all. You listen to me, boy. I don't care what you say. I saw that waitress put it in. She put some white powder into the young lady's cappuccino. I hear you. Another thing, the young lady about was wearing an earpiece. On the same side of the lens as broken spectacles. Really sorry. I made a little mistake about the face. So what? I know what I saw. I tell you. Okay, take it easy, please, Mr. Kudo. Don't tell me to take it easy, specky-haired brat. Take this! We're getting nowhere. Well, you said you were a craftsman, right? Modern world casts honest craftsmen like me aside in drills. Surely it's not that. Came from a long line of craftsmen right back to the time of the shoguns. Do you hear me? I didn't become an embroiderer, I was born one. Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself. I want to stick my fingers up the dripping old judge's nose. Scream right down his ear hole. Objection! Oh, so did you want to become a lawyer when you were young? I don't think that's quite it, Maya. I think he's just in a bad mood, that's all. Got a tsunami of frustration inside us, ready to burst out. Let him start rambling now, we might never shut him up. What should I do? Suck it up. Guess I better let him talk. So there's not much call for craftsmen these days, then. Of course not, you idiot. All good for nowadays is running errands. Errands? Everyone takes some errands to the elderly. Buy some bread, perhaps. Take the dog for a walk, Granddad. Feed the pigeons, old man. What am I, some sort of two-bit community handyman? Well... some bread, now that I can understand. What's the point of feeding some seedy pigeons? Why don't people say what they mean? Get lost, that's what they're trying to say. I guess I'm just an inconvenience, you say. Oh, with that restaurant, just gonna wait, don't I? Sure you don't. Wait a minute, what did he just say? At home and at that restaurant? Hold up, a restaurant, you're talking about Tribune? Did you get asked to run an errand there too? Yes, I did. The very day that young brat was poisoned. What? Why bring that up sooner? Someday the incident, what were you asked to do? Yes, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. All of a sudden, that young lad slumped over on the table. Servant girl collapsed. And I broke that face. It all happened so fast. I was in a bit of a daze, you see. Then the owner shouted over to me. Excuse me, you called the police? Call him yourself, I should have shouted back, but I didn't think of it at the time. Did you end up calling the police? Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze. Did you call them on your cell phone? God, do I look like I have one of those newfangled thingamajigs? I'm not looking for a payphone, of course. Looking for one? You can find one right away, you know? Wandered around for 5 minutes or so. 5 minutes? So for 5 minutes after the incident happened... Sorry, the owner was at Tribune on his own. Why didn't you mention this in court this morning? Well, what if you give me the chance? Would you all bully me out of the courtroom? It's not my fault. You're the ones to blame. You could have at least told us before you got to court. Is it really that important that Mr. Kudo was the one who called the police? What's important is the unaccounted time before the police arrived. The victim was dead. Maggie was unconscious. Which leaves that woman, that man, alone in the restaurant. The Kudo might have been chased out of the place on purpose. What do you mean? Maybe a certain someone didn't want him in the restaurant. Oh, sure, you go ahead and say I was in the way as usual. Suppose I should have been getting myself covered in pigeon poop instead, huh? I need to get more details of what exactly happened. From Maggie and from Mr. Armstrong. Bye. this will go very well. Looks like Mr. Armstrong's out again. Place is open for business. Can't have an open restaurant without a chef. Hey, it's not my fault, Nick. Don't take it out on me. Only a couple of minutes after the incident happened, Mr. Kudo left the scene, leaving Mr. Armstrong here alone. This is when we need to talk to him the most. Maybe he's trying to avoid us on purpose? I mean, it wouldn't be the first time he just laughed. Right. Nothing in the detention center. Oh yeah, hold on. Alright, Detective Gumshoe, tell me the truth. What were you listening to? No way, pal. Now that you've made a big thing out of it, I'm not going to tell you. We'll see about that, pal. Considering all the noise you were making while you were listening, pretty clear what kind of radio program it was. I'd say it was related to... I'm right, aren't I? You were listening to the lottery results, weren't you? Thought you'd try to win big just like Glenn Elk did. It's like you can see right through me. Huh? Cracked him already. See, pal, that's why I said it was nothing. Yeah. That was very difficult. Usually pretty lucky, so... White? So I figured I'd give it a try. What's with everyone in the lottery? So, how did it go? I won 50 cents. It'd be better to win nothing at all than half a lousy buck. I was so mad. Yeah, another feeling. The same kind of ticket as Mr. Elk, see? They got this special radio show where they announce the winning numbers. They even do the drawings live in the air. It's intense, pal. That's what Mr. Elk was listening to on the day he was killed. Yeah, what time is it now? It's just after 1:30. The lottery results always broadcast at the same time. Yeah. Look, I got this flyer when I bought the ticket. Millionaire Radio Flyer. Experience the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life every Monday at 1:30 p.m. It takes 10 minutes to announce a lottery winner? Jeez. Millionaire Radio, that sounds cool. I want to try it, Nick. Buy a ticket, Maya, with your own money. Apparently everyone's listening to the show now. That's because everyone wants money. Yeah. They say that the victim, Glenn Elk, was really into gambling. Yep, can't beat gambling. I love it too. I won $500 last night playing cards with Nick. Huh? We were playing for money? Of course. So you better pay up. A smart one. Waiting for a cop to be present before asking for the cash? Here. Here. He's got an extra slot for a conversation. So never did find the contents of that bag. It's medicine for Mr. Elk's ruptured eardrum, right? Yeah, we found traces of it on his left ear canal. He must have used it while he was at Tribulations. We're sure of that much. Alright, I don't know. It still smells like her, too. Ugh. Does this mean Maggie smells like ketchup? Okay, well. One way ticket to happiness, huh? Glenn Elk died because of this ticket. Yeah, but it's still a one-way ticket to happiness, pal. Maggie was found guilty of murder because of it, too. Like anything about Maggie is an instant conversation stopper. Yeah, he's got a real soft spot for her, and it obviously hurts when you hit it. Go. there. The $500,000 bills. What was the in there for? Is there really that much money tied up in this case? Can't give you an answer on that, pal. Without this case file in front of me. But I'll tell you this. An Armstrong guy would have done anything for cash. He was desperate, you know? No, I don't, but I think I sort of get the picture. Hey, are you putting this up for sale, pal? No. Why would you want a busted up scooter like this anyway? Yeah, plus the seat's all covered in pigeon poop. Who cares? If it runs, that's all that matters to me. That Boney was riding this bike. If I head back to the park, it'll be there again. I mean, yeah, but I haven't got anything to say about that, pal. Take it away already, please. Spending $20 on this has got to be killing him inside. Yeah, fair. Kill me too. I wasn't at the trial myself. This is one detective I know how your defense was. What did he say? He started off by saying, I'm at a complete loss for words. You must have found some quick because he went on about how bad you were for an hour. But he said you sucked so much it seemed like you were trying to get Maggie found guilty. Yeah, crazy that. Still has another slot, but I'll hold off for now. Okay, well now that I held off for that long, let's try shoving people at him. You know what that chef said to me? Oh la la, your body's full of the toxins. Oh yeah, we heard this one before. Means I think we heard the other ones too. Wait, hold on, that was the unique one? I know I look a little rough around the edges, but the truth is I'm a lot more detective-like than I used to be. Really? Like what part? Like the color of my coat. Ah, you're right. Yeah, but what about what's inside the coat? Origami paper. Yes, of course. This guy was a real programming genius. They called him the walking computer at the place where he worked. What happens when he crashes though? Does he just stop moving all of a sudden? He wasn't literally a computer, Maya. Anyway, yeah, that's what we found out yesterday too. Hey, Detective Gumshoe, didn't you have any information that's a bit more fun? Fun? Oh, I know. So, have you paid a visit to where Mr. Elk worked yet? You might as well. Workplace? Where's that? Computer firm called Blue Screens Inc. Something like that. Sounds like a real stable company. This could be fun, Nick. Let's go. Computer's not really my thing, Maya. We'll be fine. I know all about that high-tech stuff. Wonder about that. It's just around the corner from this joint. You should take a look. Computer firm called Blue Screens Inc., huh? Well, I'm gonna head back to the precinct now. Got a big meeting starting in a bit. And we're definitely being hacked while I'm out. About Maggie's case, you mean? Well, it's pretty much wrapped up now. There's another big case going down at the moment, so she's been pushed aside. Okay, well, see you later then. Bye. Yeah, we kind of just gave her up as a lost cause. Hello? You better get going, detective, or you'll be late. Actually, I kind of got a favor to ask. It's a big one. Favor? Yeah, it's for Maggie, actually. I was kind of hoping you'd give this to her for me. What is it? It's a lunchbox. Got up early so I could make it. I'm real worried about her. She looked like she'd lost a lot of weight. Detective Gumshoe. How many weenies are in here? There's not a person on earth who could down this much meat. You think? I love weenies. I can't get enough of their tender juiciness. So you give it to her? It took me ages to make, so please will you say you will, pal? Can't exactly say no, can I? A tenderly handmade lunchbox fills the stomach with love and plenty of weenies. Maybe I'll eat it myself if I get hungry. Don't forget, okay? I'm counting on you to give that to Maggie. finally gone. Well, guess we can check out Blue Screens Inc. Ah. Yep. You're telling me Tokimeki Memorial 2 is 2 discs longer than Final Fantasy VII? That Tokimeki Memorial 2 is a whole disc longer than Final Fantasy IX? Disgusting. Disgusting. Wow, this place is so high tech. You can almost smell the electricity in the air. Oh, I'm sure you can smell something in the air. Computer firm, they can't work without electricity, you know? Who are you? Hello? I'm sorry, access is restricted to authorized personnel only. This is a computer programming laboratory. There are far too many trade secrets that could be leaked. Wow, what secrets? Everything you see here is classified. No information can leave this building. Understood! Who is this woman? It's like a robot from some kind of whacked educational... Did they really type educational show? They did. Yeah. I don't think so. Oh, the Tokimeki Memorial 1, yes. They did eventually do a fan translation. 2, no. Not the last I heard. My name is Lisa Basil. I'm the company director. Director? She's a human! She seems more like a ghost in a shell. It is absolutely on point, yes. That thing over her eye? Isn't that a scouter? It's a scouter, right? Nice try, but it's the other way around, Maya. It's a scouter. All of my programmers here at Blue Screens Inc. are supplied with scouters. Do you write programs too? No, I just enjoy wearing this. Are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind one. Japanese? Yeah, no, I'm okay for now. Let's look at all the secrets. Wow, look at this desk, Nick. What a mess. Looks pretty average to me. You can't get any work done with everything all over the place like this. You think? No whiz kids can work under any condition, you know? He's trying to hint that I should tidy my desk more. I'll clean up my desk when Maya starts asking silly questions. No hurry. Hey, this calendar. What about it? This is another hint about tidying. You can forget it. Someone's marked December 3rd in red pen. December 3rd. That's the day Mr. Elg was murdered. Yeah, it'll be done in like a decade or two. Is there anything else? Yeah. It says meet with the tiger. Tiger? Glenn's calendar added to the court record. That probably bodes ill. Wow, look at this mess. Looks like they're all betting tickets. What kind of betting tickets? We're betting on which horse will win a given race. They're horse racing tickets. Oh wow, these drawers are stuffed full of these. Looks like they're all losing tickets though. Why wouldn't you get rid of your losing tickets? Horse racing betting tickets found at Glenn Elg's desk. Damn it. There's over 500 of them. Alright. Winning tickets would get you what? $1 down at the recycling center? I didn't know you were so hard up that you tried to profit from the dead, Nick. Just taking them as evidence, man. All of them? Yeah, I believe that. Especially because many of those are pretty damn long. Pillows almost look like they're moving. It's kind of unsettling. Nah, they just look a bit twisted or warped or whatever word I'm looking for. This office was designed with a futuristic feel in mind. Futuristic? Yes, we tried to imagine what things might look like in the future when we designed it. It helps to soothe and calm the soul. Second thought, I agree with you, Nick. This place is really unsettling. Calm souls? I can't believe it. Really pounding that keyboard, isn't he? Wow. Yeah, that's where the pro and programmer comes from, huh? Guess I shouldn't be resting on my laurels. Gotta expand my skill set and all that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I could become Old CD's apprentice. What about your spirit medium training? Yeah. Hey, look, Nick, it's a supercomputer. Looks like it's really smart and wise, doesn't it? It's true, you do need somebody to help you hack faster. Humans are only as smart as the humans who use them, Maya. That explains why we don't use the computer in our office. You work there too, Maya. Yeah. But at least Please, don't argue about something that's so trivial. Otherwise, the computer will laugh at you. She said she'd laugh at us, Nick. She's a human, Maya, not a computer. What exactly is this firm's business? Try to simplify it so that you can understand. We analyze the data management systems required by certain branches of industry, and then deliver optimal operating services and source-level components to them. Lost me on the corner of analyze and management. Doesn't matter. They analyze stuff. You got that much right. Software we produce is distributed on CDs. CDs? Yes, compact discs, digital optical storage media. CDs are used for software as well as music.
Yeah.
It's a small firm, but all of my employees are first-class programmers. Let's ask one of them what they're doing. Excuse me, what are you working on right now? Researching the impact of time slicing on local access to shared global variables. Obviously, program instructions have literally influenced response time forms so that variables and memory overheads is vitally important to sizable execution. Well, you get the idea. This is the sort of thing we're involved in. Did you good people follow all that? Yeah. The bank smile just says otherwise, Maya. Would have been a fitting, Daru. You know about what happened, right, Miss Basil? You mean about Glenn being poisoned? Yes, I know. It's terrible. They don't say anything that might be helpful. I don't think so. Police officer was here earlier, too. But I couldn't tell him anything either because the waitress who committed the crime has nothing to do with Blue Screens Inc. Oh. How about Mr. Elg's desk? Could you clear it out already? No, not yet. This one right in front of you. If there's anything that might be useful to you, you're welcome to take it. Guess there might be a clue here somewhere. Thankfully, we already did take 2 things from it, so... Well, we're here. Let's just rubber down. Okay. Well. I mean, we're asking about the stuff at his desk, but yeah. Guess we can just do that. About Mr. Elk. He's a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. He did suffer from 1 or 2 bugs in his personality. Oh, like what? He was a bit of a loser. Perhaps that would be the best way to describe it. That's what got him into trouble. What's the matter? He's a top programmer. One I would even say he was a genius. There was really no trouble at all. Model employee. Hey, wait a minute. Just now you said something about him being in trouble. We gotta find out exactly what this trouble was. Yeah. We need... Yeah, cleanse rules. About Mr. Elk. Was he in some kind of trouble? Oh, I'm sorry. Why would you think that? thought you said something about it just now. You said he got himself into trouble because he was a bit of a loser. Three Cyclops. Yes, Mr. Elg is like every other man with his own pile of secrets. Let's just see what we got. Don't know if we'll have. Well, maybe. So, how about you tell me about what kind of trouble Mr. Elg was in? I'm sorry, sir, but we don't deal with troubleshooting here. Perhaps you'd like to speak to someone in customer service. What's he talking about? I guess I better just take a shot and see where it gets me. Miss Basil, let me ask you something. Did Mr. Elg's troubles have something to do with this? What is that? Bunch of horse racing tickets. All losing ones. That many tickets you could get at $1 at the recycling center. You good people are very, very bad. Crashing in on others' misfortunes is immoral. Is that a whiff of hypocrisy I smell? But what is the relevance of these tickets? Victim, Mr. Glenn Elg, he had a gambling habit, didn't he? I don't think that's a logical conclusion based on the facts. 800 horse racing tickets? 500? Like, 500 horse racing tickets. You know what? Yeah, maybe he bought one a day for 500 days. Who knows? Everyone likes to go to the races from time to time. Yeah, but not everyone buys as many tickets. Yeah, I don't believe that proves anything on its own. You're right, but I'm not through yet. Mr. Elg's gambling wasn't restricted to horse races, was it? Yeah, people 2 days early. Ooh, very nice. The lottery horse racing. He bought a lot of tickets and lost a lot of times. And I have hurt his wallet pretty bad, don't you think? Maybe bad enough to be the cause of some pretty serious trouble, perhaps? No! You're right. Glenn did have a gambling habit. You good people must not follow his example, do you understand? Trust me, even if I want to do, I don't exactly have the money to buy any. But if you win, there's no problem, is there? And Glenn had a winning ticket, didn't he? For $500,000. Yeah, but it's hard to imagine how he could have been in trouble then, isn't it? True that Mr. Elg won $500,000 in the end. That was his first stroke of good luck. He was in deep trouble before that. Deep trouble? What do you mean? Mr. Elg's real problem was with someone or something more terrifying and ferocious. Mr. Elg met with somebody on the day he was killed. He even made a note on his calendar about the meeting. Meet with the tiger. What is the relevance of that? You're trying to suggest Glenn was meeting him to discuss his debt? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I've never heard anything about this tiger before. Maybe it's not even human. Maybe he really is a tiger. I'm no programmer, but does he really expect me to buy such messed up logic? Okay, so I think it's time to introduce you to the tiger. Yurio Tigre, aka the Tiger, is the boss of a loan office called Tender Lender. This is who Mr. Elg met with on the day of the murder. The only thing a loan shark would talk with him about would be his debt. No! It's true that Glenn had racked up quite a bit of debt from his gambling habit. About $100,000, I think. $100,000, ouch. I heard he won the lottery, so he should have been in the clear. Maggie couldn't get a bit of that good luck. Okay, so the guy got lucky and won the lottery. But what if he hadn't won? What was his plan then? Well, this isn't easy to say, but He said he would use his talents to repay the money. His talents? Suspected he was talking about programming. A computer program is worth $100,000. Perhaps you good people should leave so I can get back to my work. Close to cracking her. The program in question was by any chance this? Do I actually not have this? Did we make it this far? I don't really know what type of program he was working on. We're so close, man. Ugh. He's got room for something too. Let's try him. The rubbing is going very well. Keep it rolling. He really's just got nothing useful to say. Maybe he doesn't have another one, but like, oh, he has room for it, which definitely doesn't necessarily mean. He's not gonna help us. Not even gonna comment on himself. Let's just try. Nope. Okay. This one, the headband you had in there. The best we have is a repair bill, but that's for bumper stuff. Maybe we do have something for her then. Oh, or that'll work too. Oh, Mr. Wright. Hello, Maggie. So they finished questioning you. Wasn't it just unbelievable in court today, sir? We had to stay up all night at the blog about everything that happened. Weren't you scared? That was pretty touch and go in there. Yeah, but you totally nailed that old man. Well, he was all over the place with his testimony. Not the only one. Huh? What do you mean? Everyone else's testimony didn't match up either. Not with what I remember of the incident, anyway. Possible she's the one misremembering things. Maggie, you know how you said that everyone else provided testimony that doesn't match up with what you remember? Yep, there are just so many things that don't seem to add up. The biggest contradiction is the other guy I saw at the victim's table. He was the one who slipped something into the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him. But didn't Mr. Kudo testify earlier today? Was the waitress who put some white powder into the coffee cup? So you really think it was this disappearing man that did it? Well, he's not the only thing that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know, the CD with the writing on it. Oh yeah, the MC Screwdriver album, right? The MC Bomber, Maya. That name was scrawled on the sports paper as well. Maybe we did find that CD at the crime scene, sir. Well, we found it. And now, for whatever we feel like. Full vocal anime OP. Okay, good to know. What the victim's medication? That's gone missing too. Ouch, my head. This is getting way too complicated for me. You said that you passed out when the victim Glenn L. collapsed, right? Yes, it's so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop. When I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. Before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir. So between the time of the victim collapsing and the time of the police arriving at the scene, you have no idea what went on at Tribune. Nope, no idea at all. Why? Is that important, Mr. Wright? The other witness, the old man from the park, was pretty much chased out of the picture. Chased out of the picture? What do you mean? Old CD wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police. Exactly. And you, Maggie, were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time. No. You don't think Mr. Armstrong set me up, do you? When you consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong isn't involved in this at all. There. Looks like the masturbating the paw of the dog that it feeds. Are you sure about this, Mr. Wright? Well, the old man said as much when we spoke with him earlier. I don't know. The things that man says don't add up for some reason, sir. Maggie looks like she's trying to figure something out. Maybe we should ask Maggie exactly what she knows about old CD. I feel much better after the trial this morning. Oh, okay. Feels like forever since I saw a witness as slippery as that old man. He's not really that bad of an old man, though. Still, I feel a bit uneasy. You just said you felt much better. Maggie, there's something in your mind you've got to tell us. Especially if it has anything to do with Mr. Kudo or his testimony. Roger, I'll spill it and see what you make of it. Did you think about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you? Actually, yes. The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite what? Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it's true there was another customer in the restaurant. Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo. But I can't really say it was an old man. Okay, then how about calling him a really old middle-aged man? Now, age isn't the issue. The other customer was a woman. Woman? You sure, Maggie? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. So, what did this woman look like? She was sort of creepy. She had a kind of cackling laugh. Creepy, cackling. Why do I get the feeling I've come across a woman like that recently? I mean, you know, nobody I can think of. I used to be on the police force, sir, but I'm incarcerated now, so I can't use my connections to... Okay, fine. But that fits the... Okay. Does she have a cackling laugh? No. She's still missing a slot, potentially. Yeah, most of these aren't going to be anything, but... A lunchbox, just for you, here. Wow, a lunchbox! Weenies, too! I can't believe it! Thank you, sir. Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright? Nah, it was Detective Gumshoe, who also makes such a nice lunchbox for you. Detective Gumshoe. He's really worried about you. Looks like he put a lot of effort into making this, too. Can't accept it. Detention center rules. No gifts allowed, sir. Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that. The rules are the rules. They'll lock you up if you break them. Somehow, when an ex-cop turns waitress says that, seems a whole lot scarier. And anyway, I hate weenies. Oh, really? It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright. But she's right. It's better than letting it go to waste. But I guess so. Gumshoe's lunchbox eaten with Maya. Well, how was it? I hit the spot. I love weenies. Oh, good. I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir. Sad weenie time. Ah, is that your attorney's badge? Actually, it's a fake. Holy smokes, that's it! That's the badge your phony had, Mr. Wright. You got duped by this? It's a completely different color. What about the fact that it's made of paper? But the badge got a tan as well while he was in Hawaii on business. He said the badge got a tan as well. We wanted to see how my phony was able to gain her trust. Jeez. If there was a single competent brain cell in any person in that courtroom, just one. One is all it would take. One. Potassium cyanide? I've never heard of that poison before in my life, sir. Okay, maybe I have. But I've never seen it before, that's the truth. I wouldn't even know where the nearest potassium cyanide dealer is in the first place. Potassium cyanide dealer? Sounds like another group of drug pushers to avoid. No kidding. In any case, that definitely isn't something you can pick up just anywhere. Oh, curse my rotten luck. The criminal must have stuck the bottle in my apron while I was unconscious. Yeah, you don't say. Oh yeah, that's from when I was carrying a customer's breakfast over to them. Ketchup spot, you mean? My whole face was fire engine red thanks to that stuff. But you spilled the ketchup on your apron, didn't you? I don't see how. Ketchup-covered omelet went flying and hit the customer in the face. Oh, talk about a tomato red face. Makes me wish I could have seen it myself. Yeah, I guess. It's kind of a sight to behold. Then... That's the cup I took over to the table, sir. But I didn't put anything in it. I could never do something like that. Right, you can never do anything like that. I'm not good at carrying these large trays, you know? Trying to balance a tray with one hand and put something in the coffee with the other? That'd just be asking for trouble. I'd drop something for sure. That's right. She expected me to claim that she's too clumsy to have committed the crime? Yes? Excuse me. I feel much better after the trial this morning. Been a bit of a courtroom proceedings addict for years now. Feels like forever since I saw a witness as slippery as that old man. Oh, we saw this one, didn't we? Not that bad though. Testimony is not great. Yeah, okay. Nothing on the bike. Nothing on your trash lunch. Nothing. Just thinking about the trial that day gives me the creeps. Was it that bad? Don't forget that it was my phony, not me. I'm supposed to say, surely the defendant isn't the real criminal. And the city shouted out, surely the defendant is the real criminal, by mistake. Oh, ouch. Like I said, that was my phony, not me. I don't want to think about it anymore. Trust me, neither do I. What do you think? Can't remember him. Remember something about the MC bomber. Wait, on the CD that disappeared as well, wasn't it? I don't suppose it makes any difference if there was one CD or two, right? Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't make any difference whatsoever. Nothing about her. Holy smokes, that's him! Huh? That's your phony, Mr. Wright. Just look at that ridiculous suntan. For the record, I'm not sunburned like an over-dried tomato, so I don't know how. Told me you'd been on a business trip to Hawaii, and that's where you got the tan. Not hearing this. I'm surprised she's got nothing to say there. Mr. Armstrong was very good to me after I was fired from the force. I can't believe someone as nice as him could have anything to do with this. Well, in the time between the victim being poisoned and the police being called, the only person who was on the scene and had a chance to do anything was Mr. Armstrong. There was no one else there. Mr. Armstrong wouldn't set me up, would he? Yep. He definitely would. Back when I was an officer, Detective Gumshoe always looked out for me. But today I was the one who had to look out for him, trying to incriminate me the whole time. Gotta remember, Maggie, Gumshoe's a detective. He's got a job to do. Boss. Thought at least he'd be on my side. Can't fool me. I saw him in court today. I feel like a poor little baby woodpecker being pecked on the head by its own mother. Gumshoe's testimony was pretty solid. No wonder it hurt her so much. I hate him, sir. I mean it. I don't ever want to see him again. I think I just saw Gumshoe's chances go down in flames like the Hindenburg. I don't think it's getting through to her that he really was trying to help. Nope. That's the victim, isn't it? Suntan to a Tengu red like he is. Yeah, that's what the sun does to you in Hawaii. So, yeah. No, see, you don't start that way, but as your playtime increases, it gets closer and closer to that. That's how they get you. That day was the first time you'd ever seen this man, right? Yes, I'd never met or seen him before then. This happened to be the waitress who served him his coffee, sir, that's all. Seems he was a computer programmer. Really? I'm useless with computers, completely hopeless. I don't know any computer programs. Did you mean programmers? No matter what happens, I never let things get me down. You're so positive, aren't you, Maggie? Macho Maggie bird, they say. The early bird catches the worm, a bird in the hand. Wow, all those phrases are named after you. I never turn my back on anything. Yeah, but it would be funny if they do it like all subtle, like, so you don't really notice it. You're like, wait a second. Like 30 hours in. You're always so strong, aren't you, Maggie? I think we heard this one before too. Yeah. That's probably all we're gonna get out of her for now. Anything here? Wait, sir, it just went up in smoke! What the hell isn't the press conference set up yet? The superintendent's here already. Yeah, that's a problem with the internet, too. I told you to stop using your computer, Chief. I'm watching videos online. I'm catching up on my Asian soap operas. I'm gonna have to wait, Chief. I'm throwing the switch. No, just when some young guy was about to confess to his son's hot-to-trot girlfriend. Yes, adaptive tanning graphics. Oh man, super adaptive. So like, if you wear shades all the time, but then you take them off, you got the like hand lines. Oh, this place is really buzzing. Something must be going down. Huh? What are you doing here, pal? Detective Gumshoe. Can't be here right now. You'll be roped into the briefing if you stay. Huh? We got big problems here today. Why? What's going on? It's a virus! A virus! A virus? There's a virus ripping through the precinct's computer system. I need to ask you some questions. Okay, I'm only going to say this once, so listen up. Yes, no matter how poor you get, never borrow money from a place like that, you hear? Okay. If you got money trouble, just go on a diet of instant noodles and hang in there. Ah, we're not thinking about borrowing money, detective. We want information. Oh, is that all? Well, let's say. Tender lender is considered to be even fishier than the average illegal loan shark. It seems they're into trouble just recently. Those guys have been pretty heavy-handed, calling in all their debts. Really? Go picking your nose around their business, pal. I really regret it if you upset that lady. Alright, I get the picture. Hey, wait a minute. What did he just say? That lady? Who's this lady he's talking about, Nick? I better find out what the story is with this lady. Could be anyone. A lady involved with Tenderlender. That doesn't narrow down at all. It could be any human being on the planet. What exactly is a computer virus, Detective Gumshoe? I don't know. What? Look, I just go with the flow, right, pal? Here, I thought detectives were supposed to be somewhat knowledgeable. Look to that face, pal. You think you know what a virus is? Well, Nick, do you? Computer virus, sure. I mean, only in simple terms, of course. Really? Wow, you know everything, Professor Nick. Yeah, I'm gonna call you Dr. Wright from now on. It sounds pretty cool. Don't you agree, Dr. Wright? I get the feeling they're making fun of me. Fine, I'm no expert, but I can at least explain the basics of the to you. This is a program that definitely, I read the rest of that line. Something about damage. You mean it makes the machine go boom and explode? No, the damage is, well, all internal. But the inside goes boom, right? Imagine all the case data you've got stored on your PC here in the station. Virus could wipe out all that. That's the kind of damage I'm talking about. Yes, Dr. Wiley will definitely have words for him. Oh, that's scary. And what's even more scary is that the viruses are infectious. Infectious? Most computers are connected together in a network, right? Virus can move from one machine to another over the network. It just keeps spreading faster and faster. It's like a real virus, huh? But Nick, why would anyone want to make a program like that? Because people just suck. Yeah, it takes ages to type in all that data. Why would you want to destroy it, pal? No, people don't infect their own machines. They send the virus to someone else's. What? That's horrible. Oh, I get it. It's like you sneezing on Mr. Godot so he catches a cold. Right, then he wouldn't be able to turn up in court because he'd be too sick. You really shouldn't do stuff like that, Nick. It's wrong. What, where, when, and why did the conversation jump to talking about me? Anyway, that's what a computer virus is. A bad program that causes damage. And all the different viruses have names, right? I feel like I've heard the name of the virus. We call it somewhere before. Name of the virus, huh? I think I've heard of it before, too. What virus did they... Did they say the name of the virus? Did I... This... Did they mention the name? Gotta rub our new stuff on any new person. Does everyone wants money? Yeah, we heard that one. I think the last one we would have had was that one. So these three are still new. Oh, the name scribbled on the sports paper, written on that CD. That's the name of the virus, MC Bomber. Oh. What? Yeah, the virus just infected every computer in the station, pal. It's MC Bomber. Can you give us any more details, please? Well, that's... Things all starting to... We already knew about the MC Bomber virus from a while back. A group of criminals issued a series of demands to the head honchos of law enforcement. They threatened to release the virus if their demands weren't met. Who are they? I don't know. Some hotshots from the criminal underworld would be my guess. Now the virus has been released, huh? Yeah, it's in every computer in every public office in the city. Everyone's going nuts. They're hopping around like they're dancing at a carnival. All this stuff with criminals and viruses. It almost feels like we're in a sci-fi movie. Apparently the programmer who made the virus was a real genius or something. Focus right now is on tracing the route of the virus to the black market. Can someone put this virus up for sale? Yeah, because this one's so powerful. Estimating its price tag was in the millions of dollars, pal. Millions? A virus can be worth that much? Yeah, if it's ransomware, it sure can be. MC Bomber updated in the court record. That's probably all from him. Bye. Let's look at my eye on her, because she should have an extra slot. Armstrong ran away. He's got an extra slot too. I can't imagine anything we have making him talk right now. He's got the head bandage. Nothing for her. Oh, no. Oh, now we, okay, yeah. That was the last piece to that puzzle. That's what that was. Dude, his shovels have something to do with gambling. A lot. Right. And now, the final straw, hopefully. Well, this is it, isn't it? This is the virus that's infecting computers worldwide as we speak. MC Bomber. No. Aha. Dechained. You know what? It's like 2 hours. I should save. Glenn's head had more processing power than any computer, but it had been infected with a gambling virus. I mean, okay. Glenn was in too deep. You mean he was in debt? Yes, $100,000 in debt. Not an easy amount to repay. So, he said he was taking on some extra work, something a bit risky. Risky? How? Maybe he was going to make a Computer virus for the Yakuza? Maybe he's going to become a waitress at Tribulations. How do you come up with these ideas? Risky extra work. So it's safe to say Mr. Elg was the creator of this virus, huh? The MC Bomber virus? Yes. It was a work of genius in a bad sort of way, of course, but still genius. Oh, yes. Doesn't even have to be gotcha. But, yes, also. Something like that would probably fetch several $1 million on the black market. Inconceivable. I have a card for that. Gumshoe was right for a change. This date, December 3rd, that is marked in his calendar. That was his deadline for repaying his debts. Of course he did. And you know what? I bet you he didn't even get it. Or worse, he did nothing. Guess we won't be needing these horse racing tickets anymore. Then Elg's losing horse racing tickets thrown back on the floor. Use the trash can, Nick. Nah. Yes, that's good info. I don't think we have anything to give for her thing yet. Yeah. Okay. You could still have something. I swear I've already rubbed everything though. We'll try the MC Bomber. We'll try up to there. Did that one. Okay, nothing there. We've checked with her about everything, but she still has room for another thing. Do the really stupid things like the badge. And I can't imagine these are going to help, so. You got a lot of catchphrases, all bird related. Yes, you do. You hadn't seen them before. Come should hurt you. You might not have actually been there. Yeah. Yeah, but like, I get it. And you're supposed to probably be smarter than I am, so, you know. We just not? Is she talking about someone else? I'm just assuming it was her, but I don't think we've met anyone else creepy with a cackling laugh. Alright, presumably we're missing the one with the cackling laugh. He's got all four, so he's clean. No one here. He's missing one too. Ah, well. Is that ever... I mean, you're right. But is that ever, like, the important stuff? Like, has that ever really been the important stuff? Like, you're right. I agree. I hadn't done that. Occasionally, alright. So, lost where to start. Brainstorming. That's what to use. Go back to trivia. Drop in Maggie, see what she's doing. We did that. Something about Zuni Hop, you know? What he's like. Yeah, we met him though. Actually, I've learned a little something about Tom. Restaurant, version of me. Yeah, that's what we got there. Continue rubbing the old man then. Or it's pretty sure it's not. I swear we've rubbed all these things on him already, but... We did that. He's just so helpful. He's the most helpful. On so many topics. They had something to say about Godot. Or himself. Nope. We got her stuff. Yep. Oh, well, we can't. I think so. I mean, I must have, because I'm trying to rub everyone and everyone, but let's do it. Be funny if that's one I forgot. Who works at Tender Lender. I want to stay away from her, okay? I mean it. She does look kind of unforgiving, doesn't she? That should be the least of your worries, pal. What's that supposed to mean? What could be worse? Her name's Viola Cadaverini. She's the only granddaughter of Bruto Cadaverini. Bruto Cadaverini? Do you know who that is, Nick? Never heard of him. Bruto Cadaverini is the boss of the Cadaverini family. Cadaverinis? That's one scary-sounding name. Can't touch them. They're way too powerful for the police. You're thinking of taking them on, aren't you? No, I don't remember ever saying I was going to. Gotta get some more info out of Gumshoe about this family. Well, I swear I did. I swear I did. Swear I did. But okay. I'm not sure if I really want to get involved in this, but who are the Cadaverinis? Who are they? Scary bunch of people. That's it. You're a cop and you're scared. What's that about? Trust me, it doesn't matter if you're a kid or a cop. These guys are scary. Yeah, it's always something. I always miss the obvious. They have some serious clout in the criminal underworld. We can't touch them. They got too much moolah. Moolah? As in, pretty much control all the cash in the city's black market. Black market, huh? And that includes Tender Lender, I take it. Sure, no one stands up to Bruto Cadaverini, and I mean no one. Interesting. So Viola's the granddaughter of some mafia boss then. Yeah, everyone knows how much Bruto loves his little girl. He means everything to him. So, how did she end up at the Tender Lender? I don't know, pal. But I heard she and the boss of Tender Lender are pretty tight. Tight? But it said in a file I read related to Maggie's case. Sounds like a pretty important clue. Ah, I can't believe it. I almost forgot the most important thing. That is, you know, the lunchbox. How did everything go? Oh, because we had to do the lunchbox too. The lunchbox. Remember, the weenies. So how did my weenies taste when they went down the hatch? Huh? Well, it was delicious. Yeah, that's what she said, really? Well, not exactly. Don't worry about it, pal. I figured something would happen, so I came prepared. Prepared? What do you mean? I made a jumbo lunchbox. Uh-oh. Do me a favor again, huh, pal? Deliver this. It sure is a heavy burden, in more ways than one. Just imagine Maggie's little eyes sparkling with joy when you bring her that. Weenies again, Nick. Tell me we don't have to eat all these too. Gumshoe's lunchbox given to Maya. Again. I can't eat anymore. Well, time to go deliver one more giant heaping helping of overflowing weenies. Oh, never mind. She's gone. She dodged the weenies. Clever girl. What, Mitz? You've never had one too many weenies? You know, they can be satisfying, but it's sometimes too many. The weenie is supercharged. Oh yeah, when the weenie is supercharged, you don't want to be anywhere near that special. The splash damage. Nothing for this. Still got nothing for this guy, I don't think. However, we might have more info for here. That word. I don't know how you could be. It's a normal thing. It's just, you know, weenies. That's right ahead is one operation. Fatal injury. I was a little suspicious that it was going to have to do with this to begin with, but I didn't want to just lose HP for nothing. I fear a car repair bill. From this, it seems pretty obvious that this car was involved in an accident. Let me see that. This bill is made out to the Cadaverinis. Yes, it is. I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the Cadaverinis have to do with me? Excuse me, something tells me she's not about to say hi and introduce herself. Alright then. The relationship with the Cadaverinis is very strong, and this is why. Did I just say hers because it's her name, but exactly who you are, Viola Cadaverini. You sustained that injury in a traffic accident, didn't you? Yeah. Happened about 4 months ago. It happened about 4 months ago. I was driving one of our family's cars when someone pulled out in front of me. It's a motorbiker, something like that. I don't remember much. Anyway, I swerved to try to avoid it, but a blow to the head. That one. Imagine hitting somebody on a motorcycle. Well, you're in a car. And you take the fatal damage. And they just, you know. Yeah, I can imagine. What happened to the person on the bike? Guessing they didn't get away with injuring the Viola Cadaverini, right? I don't know what happened to them. They ran away, or so I heard. Ran away? If they'd I'd have... Is it possible that the person who committed the hit and run had been... It was this man, wasn't it? He was the cause of your accident. Wasn't Don Tigre? I refuse to believe it. I collided the motorbike in my car, but Don Tigre isn't injured at all, you see? It was the tiger who caused Viola to crash. I could feel it. Also, the artwork told me. Plus, one of her locks just broke, so she must suspect it was him too. Sorry, Miss Cadaverini, but I have proof that the tiger was involved in a traffic accident on his bike. Not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tiger rides around on a scooter, doesn't he? Well, I mean, it's only fair, considering every single person in this game can read his mind and knows exactly what he's thinking at every moment. He may as well get a smidgen of help from the artwork sometimes. You notice that the front wheel guard is badly damaged. Cadaverini? You know the truth, don't you? This repair bill was paid by Furio Tiger. The Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they? Possible, perhaps. Somewhere inside me I knew that may be true. I knew it, but Don Tigre still saved my life. The operation was very complicated. It was very, very expensive. How much are we talking? Very, very, very expensive. He seems kind of hesitant about giving me an actual figure. I should back up. Well, anyway, it was the tiger who paid for it, right? After I recovered, Don Tigre told me. He said he paid for the operation because he cared about me. I believe him. Really? But do you honestly believe that to be true? You want to know what I think? I think the reason he paid for the operation wasn't because of you, but someone else. I mean... Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but... Your grandfather, Bruto Cadaverini, controls a lot of dubious cash, right? You are his beloved pride and joy. Sure, I don't know exactly how much the operation cost, but... If you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadaverini, do you think Mr. Tiger would have paid the money? $1 million. Oh, yeah, 100%, yeah. Yeah, no, this is just textbook yandere. 4 months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious. A simple procedure. Oh, really? Well, I guess if she recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big. They said the operation cost $1 million. $1 million bucks! Grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation. Compensation, huh? Underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically, pay or get into some serious trouble. $1 million bucks? This has to be related to our poisoning case somehow. I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Bruto Cadaverini. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather. But I knew that wasn't really true. Wow, I'm so sorry. What he did to get to the money was evil. He said it was all for me, so I helped him. You helped him? In what way? Here, take these. What are these? Medical papers? And Bruto Cadaverini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer he simply couldn't refuse. That's supposed to act in the crime. Okay. Clearly. Viola's medical papers added to the court record. Ah, I feel so bad for Viola. What was her medical papers? No, $1 million bill for cranial surgery. Payment was due last year. Inexcusable. Huh? There are two things that I consider inexcusable. Poisoning and betrayal. Very specific two things. Only a coward would hurt people using either of these tactics. Everything alright, Nick? We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso. Yeah. I don't need to convince Viola of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. Repair bill thrown into the trash. Okay. What do we even have left? Here, would you like a lunchbox? Alright, so we should probably see if we can go deliver the lunchbox. That's probably the last thing we do, though. Oh? Oh, bonjour. I've been waiting for you to return. Mr. Armstrong. Ah, good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Well, he hasn't got anything to say to you fellas. It's Cindy Hop. What are you called in Zion? Oh. Look at that line. Which line? Ah! Not over to the table already, Maya. Okay, hand it over. What? You just want to play games with me? I don't recommend that. To medical papers now. Oh yeah, true. Yeah. That, yeah. I think he wants Viola Cadaverini's papers back. You mean, why would you show him? Makes you dumb bastard. Miss Cadaverini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you. Forget about it. That girl's dumber than an eggplant. Girl's dumber than an eggplant. You just want to know what's sad? I'll tell you what's sad. It ain't only her face. You think she got power because she's Bruto's little girl. Now that's sad. Can't let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court, I'm going to expose what you did to get the $1 million used to pay this off. You crazy or something? I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's two of us here. You got that? Two. Oui. Armstrong? Forgive me. Désolé. I cannot argue with him. Well. Really hurt? That all you got? I'll be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get that lighter. Wait. Don't take it too hard. Phoenix, Wright. That's so stupid. I shouldn't have let my guard down. Yeah, no kidding. Or shown them that you had the papers. Medical papers were vital evidence. Hold it, pal. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Detective, you think you're gonna stop me, Copper? Beat it. Whoa. Come on, Gumshoe, keep it together. You guys, get out of here. Leave this guy to me. Go, pal, and take this. Get hurt. Who's gonna look after Maggie, huh? Thanks, Gumshoe. Wait, Nick, don't leave me behind. I'm sure Gumshoe can cover for her. I'll get even with that guy tomorrow. In court. Tenderlander's going down. Well, that only took almost 3 hours just to get back to the case. A lot of rubbing. Oh, we never gave the lunchbox. We've still got Dick's weenies waiting to be delivered. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning, Maggie. What's wrong, Fitz? His name is Dick Gumshoe, and he made a bento box full of weenies for Maggie. He just wants Maggie to have his weenies. Dick's weenies. What's the matter? The fact that she's in like a maid outfit has nothing to do with anything. Just presenting his weenies to the court. So what do you think is going to happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go so well and ended on a giant mystery. It's true. We still haven't solved a single part of it yet. You okay, Nick? Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. I saw that little flash of doubt in your eyes. No, that wasn't doubt. That was, diarrhea. Determination. Why don't I believe you? Nearly time, Maggie. You'd better get going to the defendant's seat. Roger, don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you. Mystical Viper meted his punishment. Damn it. Oh, I swear I have the sound file and I didn't use it. Damn it. Did I? Ah, I swear I have the Life is Strange, so-and-so will remember that sound clip that I used for a video, but I don't think I added it as a sound effect. That would have been perfect. Is the weapon picked out? It's okay, Mitz. We've only been talking about dicks and weenies for the entire time, and you're going to be a Asterion. You're just going to suck me to death. I get it. You're just going to suck and suck and suck until there's nothing left. I understand. I get it. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I understand. Hey, pal. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Quit stressing Maggie out. She doesn't need that. I didn't know she was stressed. Yeah, I know my fate. It's watching through the doorway. Oh. You look like you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this'll help. Huh? You taking up aromatherapy too? Hard sausage, also acceptable. Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me that you don't remember this thing. Come to think of it, that doesn't look like one of those aromatherapy bottles. This is a small bottle that turned up at Tribulations' kitchen a couple of days ago. We finally got the analysis results back from the lab. So, what is it? Is it the poison? Afraid not, pal. It's medication. Medication? Yeah, for years. Topical use only, apparently. Years? You mean... Yeah, that's the medication Glenn Elg was using for his ruptured eardrum. What's Glenn Elg's ear medication doing in the kitchen? Small bottle refiled into the court record. What about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that? Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour they might have gotten something on the prints, but... it's going to weaken its impact as a piece of evidence. Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today, got it? Today's trial. Gonna expose that guy and Dick's weenies for all they've done. Or my name isn't Phoenix Wright. Weenie revealer. January 8th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor. Very good, then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claimed to have witnessed a just ripe, juicy peach, just staring at butts, just butts and lace and butts. He claims to have witnessed the butt putting powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness's testimony was plagued with a number of problems. The mark on the rim of the cup shows the victim drank from it with his right hand. According to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand. Thank you, Mr. Godot. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet, the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear. Amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick? Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it. You lost me already, Mr. Godot. Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. You got to change with the times. That's one of my rules. Are you implying that you resolved these contradictions? You know the answers to these riddles. The old guy wasn't just throwing seeds in here, he was throwing us off his scent. Today I'll prove it. Very well. Let the first witness take the stand. Yeah, see, I just can't do coffee. I can do coffee if it is kind of like I can do coffee the same way I can do Brussels sprouts. When it is mostly sugar and cream, I'm all right. But like, oh yeah, I am a tea person. Though I have decaffeinated at night now, just because I don't know. I wanted to do black tea for night. I was doing green tea before, which is caffeinated but so lightly caffeinated that I didn't care. But they had a sale on just basic black tea. Just buy it by the box because I have a cup of it every night. So I figured I'd get decaf, so I'm not wired all night. So for morning, definitely settled into the Earl Grey hot. It's just been my go-to breakfast, like morning tea now. I've tried other ones and they're tasty, but like it always goes back. Oh yeah, like even this. This is 75 bags. I bought this like 2 weeks ago, and I feel like I'm already like, eh, no, I still got a lot left. Never mind. Yeah. Water is the best way to go. For the most part, I use sugar in my morning tea, but for any other tea I have, just honey. I always have some honey around. Still sweetens it, but it's, not as bad as just straight sugar. And you are? Oh, bonjour, everyone. I am Jean Armstrong, the owner and head chef of Tribulations restaurant in Enchanté. Forgive me for asking, witness, but are you a woman? Ooh la la, monsieur. As you can see, I am la pert and perky gentleman known. Uh, um, the day of the incident, you were in Trabian's kitchen. Isn't that right? Some girls tried to be a fish but drown. There. Yeah, I go tea. I don't like the taste of coffee. I love the smell of coffee. Coffee smells delicious. Love the smell of it. Don't like the taste at all. The smell's wonderful. Somebody else having coffee is great. Monsieur, monsieur? Everything feels right. He's like, oh yeah. Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy? Very well. Your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court what happened that day at Trabian. We volunteers. And also, we know he's in cahoots with the loan shark, so why would we believe anything he's going to say? When it all happened, there were just 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art decos that day, like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. Perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. La cup, la earpiece, and la glasses. It would have seen everything in reverse, known. Mirror? Oui, un grand mirror. La most enormous mirror. I feel like the more I attempt to do the accent, the more I start sounding German instead of French. I don't know why. I'm not good at accents to begin with, but I feel like anytime I try to lean into the accent, it just goes German. And suddenly the mystery disappears. Like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it. That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. No, it wouldn't at all. It absolutely would not. No! The mirror would have made everything appear back to front. I mean, yes, the mirror would, but if you were looking at the people in front of the mirror, no, fine, whatever. The heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Speaking of German, I did just pick up Wolfenstein 2. I had the first Wolfenstein game. Well, the first of the newer Wolfenstein games. I think it's New Order. On PlayStation Network, and I've been meaning to play it for a while. And I saw a great video on it the other day, and I went to go check if the second one was on sale, and it was on sale for like $4. And I was like, well, okay. I'm still gonna finish Alan Wake first, but now I've got those. Also, Alan Wake continues to just get better and better so far. Alan Wake is very good, and damn, it's so. I should have streamed it. I should have been streaming it, but then we wouldn't have time for the stuff we were doing. But man, it's so good, and people aren't gonna play it because it's just not one of the big names. And fine. Who are the two customers exactly? Mice, of course, la young man who died, and la other not so young man. You're referring to yesterday's witness. What about the other man Maggie says she saw at the table? And the fact that she says that the other customer wasn't a man, it was a woman. Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't planning to disclose his existence. We need some hard evidence first before we can bring him up, don't we? I guess I'll just have to try a different approach for the time being. You were experimenting with Art Deco. How come I never heard about that before today? You are not familiar with the language of interior design, monsieur. Please stay on topic. Now, why didn't you tell the court about this before? I did, just a few moments ago. Excuse me, Mr. Armstrong. This deco you mentioned, are you referring to the things you slot into weapons in Monster Hunter? No, Art Deco. It is a style of design, Your Honor. He's talking about interior design, walls, ceilings, carpets, that kind of thing. Ah, yes, of course, that deco. Trying to achieve a more la feminette look for my restaurant. Thus planning the most bold remodeling of le decor. How big of a mirror are we talking about here? Oh, something about 4 meters wide and, about 2 meters high. Let's see, 1 meter is about 1 yard. Holy, glass in a frame, that's huge. I was intending to install it on the ceiling eventually. Ceiling? Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember. Must known, but I decided not to go through with it in the end. I do. Should I ask him more about the mirror or not? Smarter. If you really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. There's nothing about a mirror in Mr. Kudo or Maggie Bird's testimonies. But...
Objection!
You didn't ask, right? You have only yourself to blame for such sloppy work. What? Oh, I hate that defense. Ugh. Nobody asked. Why didn't you tell us about the mirror? Nobody asked. The mirror was delivered to Tribulations the day before the incident. But really? Mr. Armstrong testified he was carrying out some design changes. And as it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end. This just doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Tribulations, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime. You want to doubt someone, Trey? Look in the mirror. The other person looking back at you will be dubious enough. So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror. No! Normally, I'd expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object. Normally? How does normality come into this? That's lame, right? Even for you. Huh? Are you trying to say that if something isn't normal, it isn't possible? Is that it? No, I'm talking about Occam's razor. But where does that leave? Where does that leave the porky-headed lawyer and the top-knot chick over there? Top-knot chick over there, and the ungodly cool guy with the mask over here. Well, Trey? Not the hair. Do not have a top-knot. Mr. Godot is correct. That is a top-knot. A lack of normality is no basis for discounting an argument, especially in this court. Bien, logic is won today. One a day. Everything? You would have seen everything in reverse. Hey, Nick? You should take a second and think about what old CD said in his testimony. How did he phrase it again? So everything he described reflected in the mirror, and everything he said he saw on the left was actually on the right, huh? That clears up all the problems with the testimony, I guess. Or does it? Huh. It's kind of hard to believe everything's the fault of a mirror, but think old CD saw everything through a reflection? No! If he did, it would explain all the contradictions in the testimony. No, it wouldn't! That just makes the situation worse for Maggie. Everything does! Gotta be something in that old man's testimony. Yeah, the cup! We just gotta dig deeper. Yeah, the cup is physical evidence, so like... what do you think about the witnesses? Oh, really? I put it in the wrong spot? Everything in reverse. But the cup couldn't have been reversed. Because it has a physical evidence on it that shows... Well, if that's not it, then I don't actually know. I was very sure that was the issue. I was 100% sure that was it. I didn't have a second place. I have no backup. That was the only. Yeah. Left ear. Same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. Oh. No, the cup is the other way. The cup was the evidence against them. Arguably, the cup actually supports the mirror theory, which you don't want. So what is the actual evidence we do? We have to say no, 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 no. I'm actually more stumped than I should be. Two customers, yeah. We already know that's false, but we can't prove that yet. I get the concept of what we're trying to do. I don't get what evidence we're supposed to show. It's gotta be the last one. We know we can't do anything here yet. There is definitely a problem with that, but we can't touch it yet. It's just the... Yeah, arguing about what deco is. The mirror was very big and did get delivered. Oh, there was the... We could try to do this.
Objection!
Yeah, we didn't ask, whatever. In the restaurant the day of the crime. What could we do that would prove that there wasn't a mirror day of the crime? I mean, I guess is it really that obvious? Is it really just going to be the photo that shows there's no mirror? Oh, come on! Fancy you game. Photo that clearly shows there's no mirror. How's that?
Hallelujah!
It clearly shows. Okay. Then I honestly am actually out of ideas. The coffee cup was just me thinking wrong, but like...
This is my boomstick!
The blueprints? Okay. Let's see. I stand by saying the photo should prove that there's clearly no mirror between them. Just saying. I was definitely wrong on the coffee cup. I was thinking about it wrong. That 100% my fault. That was me. That was me. I deserve the penalty. I was thinking about it wrong. They got me.
Objection!
Oh, this isn't normal. And like, how do you contradict that? They're right. There's nothing we can contradict there. So it has to be either... It has to be either this or this. Those are the only two it could be. Because we already saved anyway. I'm gonna try the crime photo here. You know, that would also show that it wasn't there. I'm pretty sure it's not in profiles for this. I hadn't really looked at it because it doesn't seem like a profiles type thing. It's a profiles thing. He definitely had it over his left eye. It was a profile thing. Okay. I'm gonna load that save so I have a little more breathing room. I hadn't forgotten about it. I was just like, no, it wouldn't be up there, but... Okay, that was on me. That was me. The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the scouter. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we? So, to summarize. We were told both the scouter and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw that as a reflection in a mirror, it means both the scouter and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Exactamente, you see, monsieur. Now that you think about it, it is not so hard, unknown. Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror, why is it that I want to call it a scouter because it's a scouter, but I also want to call it a Hidimi because that's what Calico and Afro will call it HDMI, and it's close enough. Why is the scouter now on the wrong side of his head? Order, order! Mr. Wright is correct! I can't believe I didn't think about that! I must be stupid. If the witness genuinely observed the victim's reflected in a mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye. Bitter. Right? You should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time. Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different? You don't understand the way the witness thinks. Oh, he thinks. Remember this, I presume? The I broke the vase, sorry apology left? I mean, Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony? Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. What's the most striking thing about Mr. Elk? Clearly, it's the victim scouter. That's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elk's scouter made a big impression on the old man. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear. Did you hear? His left ear. Well, try it. That's the worst but best impression of Kudo ever. Wow, I really thought he was old seedy for a minute there. Kudo's good. No, I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony. Good luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just a rash. This absolutely makes him stupid. A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court. We're all ears. Oui, I can explain. Please, if you will, look at the plans of Le Restaurant. Lord, is everyone sitting comfortably? La Mirror, it was in the middle of the restaurant, dividing the two apps. Then there was only one seat from which you could have seen an image of La Victim. That was the seat at the table next to La Victim. That was where old man was sitting. After a terrible incident occurred, I moved La Mirror so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else. I see no problem with this explanation we have just heard. I also haven't thought about it, or anything, in the past several decades of my life. From the table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror. What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing all the men like this. Don't worry about it. We can keep up, except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again. I hate that guy. You said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that? Well, yes, of course. Oh, 100%, yes. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you please. And, like, he'd be like, can you prove it wrong? And you're like, no, because nothing you said even made sense. Those aren't facts. None of that is true. And he's like, sounds like you're in the wrong. You can't prove it's not true. That's on you. So, run this by me again. The mirror was here, correct? We? Really? Because I know if I were you, I wouldn't have put a mirror there. It would be in the way. Look who's talking, Trite. Huh? You're obstructing my view, among other things. But this is my seat in the courtroom. Fabienne's charm is that it gives you the impression that you're the only customer. Temporarily placing a mirror in that spot would hardly be in the way. Like you, Trite. I tell you, monsieur, la mirror was there, in the middle of the restaurant. And where would that be? Well, la, look at how you lean towards me. That always attracts the younger boys. Maybe I should keep you in suspense a little longer. Mr. Armstrong, tell the court we know at once. I attract the older ones too, you know, handsome. Shall I tease you too? I'm already seeing a very hot someone, so I'm afraid you'll be waiting for a long time. Godot doesn't give a no. Just goes, you probably have to wait. And she has mocha cream skin and cappuccino perfume. Bien, I will tell you, there was only one seat from which you could have seen. After this coffee, after the 99 billion cups of coffee I've queued up. So, why can you only see the victim from that particular seat? My monsieur, it is obvious, no? If you look at the plans, you will understand. The victim would have been reflected in la mirror, like so. If you were sitting at the table next to him, you would see everything, no? That's the seat old Celie was sitting in on that day. When the poisoning happened, the old man was sitting at the table next to the victim. Why does that seem kinda odd? Did you move the mirror while Mr. Kudo was off calling the police? Oui, exactement. I carried it out of la restaurant, then. You moved a huge mirror like that, all by yourself. What can I say? I know how to pick things up, handsome. Kudo actually laughed at something. Well, given the witness's physique, I suppose it's possible. Did you move anything else from the crime scene, Mr. Armstrong? I look like the obliging type, no? You're not touching mirrors. You sure about that? I touched nothing except la mirror. Mr. Wright, is there something the witness has said that doesn't match the crime scene? Yeah, there is. I just can't put my finger on what exactly. Suffering from a case of heartburn, right? Oh, I have just the thing for that. An oil with golden myrrh and frankincense. Add a few drops to your coffee and voila. Enjoy. Focus, Phoenix. Breathe. I need to ignore these two and just find some evidence. It is pretty strange, though, isn't it? I mean, nobody mentioned anything about a really large mirror. You'd think someone would have, but Maggie didn't, and neither did old Celie. And the only logical explanation is that there was no mirror inside Tribune that day. Prove it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I know the evidence, but I don't know if it needs to be shown here or here. Here. This piece of evidence contradicts with the testimony we have heard, Your Honor. The crime photo? Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist. What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? Should not exist? Sounds like you're describing yourself, right? God damn it, Godot. Now, the defense would please clarify this statement. What is something that should not exist in this photo? Nah, too mean. It's pretty obvious that this is what should not be in the picture. The vase? What possible connection does that have to do with this witness's testimony? Your Honor, I'm telling you that there should have been no vase on the table. Because it very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence. There's one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table, next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all. Don't be an idiot, Wright. That's impossible. That seat's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from. Exactly. Wow, caught yourself, didn't you? There's only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror in Tribulations that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie. Poor Roses. Don't try to confuse the court, right? Obviously the witness cleaned up the vase. All the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene. Unfortunately, Mr. Godot, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary, in his own words. Did not touch anything else except the mirror. Chuck. Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? That's right, there was no mirror in the restaurant that day. In light of this revelation, we return back to the original problem. No, in light of this revelation, we return back to the problem of you just lied to the court and wasted like a half hour of our time. Lying. Well, how could we trust anything else you said? Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear which he couldn't hear? You can only get one shot in life. There's no turning back. If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, Trite, then this problem is all your... What? No! We made up a lie about a mirror. So now, we can't figure out how this thing works with the mirror. Phoenix, your job. Bye. How do you explain what the old man saw? How... It's really your way of saying, I don't have an answer for this, so I'm going to put it on you. Fool, now you look bad. Phoenix, right. If I can answer this and I'll be one that much closer. I don't have an answer for this. You're gonna be okay? Can you really solve this country? Probably not. It's more than just this one contradiction, man. What do you mean? Remember what Maggie told us? There was another man at the victim's table. And there was a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies on the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up. Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. The victim was a phony. This case is riddled with contradictions, yet there's one very simple answer that clears them all up. And what is that? The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced. Two completely different events. What? Yes, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glenn Elg at all. He was an imposter, a phony pretending to be Mr. Elg. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake. I love the slow, calculated sip, only to spit take. Order in the court. Settle down or I'll clear the courtroom. Quiet, Gramps. Why don't you clear out of here, huh? What did you say? Wait, are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup? Yes. Someone pretended to be Glenn Elg and acted out the whole coffee poisoning. all for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo. Get real, Wright. Why would anybody want to do that? Because it would help their case drastically. Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in this testimony was... It's so hard to believe, but... there was one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. To show Maggie Bird in the act of poisoning the coffee. Are you insinuating that the waitress in the old man's story was a fake as well? It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but... also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening. And if he wasn't in the pocket of big debt collectors, maybe he'd tell the truth. But that's right. Well, witness, if your restaurant really was the scene of such theatrics, you would have known about it, correct? La, this is most difficult for me. No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath, after all. You promised. No, debt collectors. He's not collecting weenies. We're delivering weenies. But you know, some people collect weird things, and I don't know what their collection is. That's not part of this trial. I ain't here to judge. Was there in fact a phony at Tribulations that day? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened. Also, hey Pops, how's it going? Welcome to We Haven't Talked About Weenies at All tonight. The defense's request for additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events of the restaurant that day. Well, La victim, Monsieur Elg, he came to my restaurant alone. I remember la old man arrived not long after him, as there were no other customers. When he got word he won la lottery, Mon Elg became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that la poisoning incident occurred. No, there was no time for phony to do la acting. Yeah, apparently. Okay, Pot, sometimes you just get a hard sausage to the head, and it's lethal sometimes. Just so we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all. Who's the man? Pardon. Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly. What you have just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. I will decide how to punish you later. But I will let you continue to testify here. For now, we will hear your cross-examination, Mr. Wright, if you please. He took that perjury charge a bit too well. But I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after this cross-examination. Unless I get it wrong again. But I wouldn't, so. Was he alone at his table as well? My sweet, I saw him from the kitchen. Yet the defendant, Miss Bird, remembers it differently. He swears there was another man at the victim's table.
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, Wright, today's witness also testified that the victim was alone. You know, seeing you squirm like that reminds me of a certain coffee's bittersweet bite. What kind of coffee has he been drinking? It's not coffee, it's love. It's love that's bittersweet. Hearing Maya say that makes her seem wise all of a sudden. Old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct? Oui, he comes often for my special coffee. I drank your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special. Give you that. Worth a sip just for the experience. Oh, you make me so happy, monsieur. You are most welcome any time. Said it was worth one sip, and nothing more. So old Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe we should ask about his arrival in more detail. Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived? Oh no, I cannot remember, monsieur. I believe we were told by a witness yesterday. Perhaps jog your memory, witness. The incident happened about 20 minutes after you arrived. So the victim must have arrived between 2 p.m. and 2:10 p.m., no? Just after 2, huh? Thank you for your help in jogging my memory, Monsieur. You are wonderful. I can't sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I? It would be better for us if you did, actually. Time of day will be added to the witness's testimony. Oui, Monsieur Judge. Everything I do it for you. Merci bien. It's French, isn't it? At least one person's in a good mood. Even humming a song to himself. You're absolutely sure about the time? I think really hard. I'm sure it was just after 2. Oui. It is the time I stopped serving the lunch menu. Quite right, I always break for lunch when the restaurants are serving their specials. I've been known to wind up a case early just to make it on time. Yeah, we know, you bastard. Ha ha. Guess you should never get between a hungry judge and his lunch. Oh, would you look at that? It's almost lunchtime already. Witness, get on with the testimony, please. Imagine admitting that in a courtroom. The only customers were Mr. Cadeau and the victim. How many times you need to ask the same thing, try it. You'd never catch me drinking the same blend twice. Huh? You're trying to establish the presence of a phony victim in the restaurant, but you're wasting your time. You can't grind birdseed to make coffee. Catch my drift. There's a hole in this testimony somewhere. I'm sure of it. Did you see him? No, I was in the kitchen, but I heard him. Remember him shouting, "Yes, $500 million." Presumably the defendant heard that too, correct? Maggie? You look like a poor little frightened dog. What about Mr. Kudo? The old man choked on some birdseed that got stuck in his throat. Seems we now have yet another incident on our hands. What were you doing at that point? Without any customers, you must have had time to kill. I'm a multi-talented woman, monsieur. Sorry? What do you mean? There's la renowned chef Jean Armstrong and la tragic poet Clarence Armstrong. Clarice? Oui, I was writing a poem, an angry tale of a chef in $500,000 of debt, looking for a man who won $500,000 on a lottery. It is called Pourquoi? It means why. Perhaps I could recite it for la court. Please don't. You mean you contacted the police as soon as the incident occurred? I asked the old man to call from the payphone. Your own argument, right? The purpose of this phony victim's performance was so the old man would see it. In other words, once the incident occurred, this opportunity would completely disappear. Indeed. Bien, it seems the shadow of doubt has been lifted, n'est-ce pas? Yes, Mr. Armstrong is connected to this case, huh? Absolutely! Someone was impersonating Mr. Elg, and I refuse to believe he was oblivious. He was there the whole time, after all. But if you're right, wouldn't Maggie have noticed too? He fell unconscious when the incident occurred, remember? Ah, you mean that's when the phony stage is then? I'll know for sure once I find a hole in this testimony. See, I know what the evidence I need is, I just don't know what the where is. The 130 is the obvious evidence, but do we do it here? I mean, that was the one that was added, so it's probably that. But, I'm gonna go with it. My gut says here because it says a time. I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. Quoi? What do you mean? At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket. Oui, that must be the show Mon Elgo was listening to. Can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright. I wonder. You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct? Oui, I am sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know it was that time because I had just finished serving the lunch menu. Get to the point, right? If you have one. That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. It claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. It's on the air at 1:30? Now, supposedly, the victim made some noise when it was announced that he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. Because the show had already finished for more than 30 minutes earlier by that point. No. This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, finishing a show that was already over, there's only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. The victim was an imposter, acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were 2 Glen Elgs at Tribulations that day. The real Glen Elg, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer, and the phony Glen Elg, acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness. It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, how could you explain the time discrepancy? Quite a performance, right? You were almost on a roll. Sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song. What is this? Music Theory 101? Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 p.m. Phony Elg is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. You can explain then where the real Glen Elg is. They moved the body. I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at that time, the real Glen Elg was already dead. Certainly the obvious conclusion. Thank you, Trey. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say. What? Now, I presume you can prove this theory of yours? Can you explain where the missing corpse went to? The missing corpse? According to the old man's testimony, there's only one other customer in there. That customer was the phony Glen Elg. Where did the killer hide the body of the real victim? The prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to examination by the court, you must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Where did the killer hide the body? Yes, Your Honor. No conjecture, right? Let's hear some facts for once. Give the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body is. I don't know. Evidence? What's with this intense pressure in here all of a sudden? And with that contradiction. But he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead. Oh, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Mr. Elg concealed? Have any evidence to support? That is some evidence. I'm going to say inside, and I'm going to say that the bottle of medication is the proof. That's all I got. Oh. I actually wasn't around for Corrupted Blood. I started WoW after that, but I was there for the Scourge invasion, the pre-Wrath of the Lich King event, which was not quite the same, but was very fun. But I wasn't actually there for Corrupted Blood. That was before I started playing WoW. I started very late in vanilla. It would have been what? It would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Tribulations. Interesting. No, not too young. Just didn't get. Wow. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm basically a teenager, functionally. Could a body have been hidden inside a restaurant? Perhaps you would care to show the court on these plans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I mean, kitchen. Nobody else would look. The body was hidden here. I see. Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up? Hey, Ultimisia? How's it going? Welcome to Viper Land in the chat. Thank you for the raid. How did your stream go? What were you playing? And hello to you, Time Compression. Oh no. Oh man, I should replay Final Fantasy VIII. Really should. Ulti, okay, perfect. Well, welcome to you and all the raiders. How's things going tonight? We Phoenix writing. Time Compression. Oh, that is a cloud having a good time. That yeah. That was a great scene of the remake. Peddler? Oh no. Okay. Yep. I apologize because you're all about to see me really bad at Phoenix, right? Where's the evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location? The only thing I can think is it's got to be this, right? It's got to be something about parrot and metal detector. Okay, interesting. Oh, yes. Okay. I had played the first Phoenix Wright ages ago, so I'm making my way through the OG trilogy, and I'm gonna play Great Ace Detective after this. That's gonna be good. Yeah, I'm so good. Oh, then yes, absolutely do that. Thank you for the raid. It's much appreciated. Love it. Hope your stream was awesome. Hope you continue to enjoy some Phoenix writing, because I'm having a great time. So, professional gamer, that's what I am. Definitely. You have a great night as well. Thank you much. Let me get a. Hold on. Get a. There. Perfect. I'm on PC, so that's shrink it maybe. Also, thank you for the follow. We had. Sorry, the text is so small up there. I need my. Glass Emperor and Ulti. Thank you so much for the follows as well. Much appreciated. Welcome to Viperland in the chat. Sorry, anytime I click off, it shrinks it. I try not to click off. Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle? None. I've never seen such ugly bottle before in my life. I only use the very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality only for me. Where's that bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Tribulations. Quit? But I only ever use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils. This bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication. What kind of medication? Sure, everyone remembers, don't they? That Mr. Elk visited in otolaryngological clinic and was given medication that day. Why words? Why English? You can't be serious. The defense had the contents of the bottles analyzed, and I have the lab results here. Always. I mean, it's a reason we got an email for it. Contents of the bottle match the prescription that were given to Mr. Elk. Glenn Elg's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen? Mon Dieu. Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back. No. Order. This is an extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Mr. Glenn Elk? Never. I could not do such an horrible thing. No. Is there even enough coffee in one mug for that? But Mr. Godot. Bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules. Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now? And I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear, my H-deficient friend? Je vous demande pardon. Please, you must hear me out. It is a trap. Listen to me. Por favor. Yo hablo español. Mr. Armstrong and por favor is Spanish. What is even happening in this courtroom? I'm only going to ask you once. I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it? No, absolutely no. It is a good line for the judge. Let's hear it. You've got one shot. Do not miss your chance. Right, Gramps? Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. Why? They've lied repeatedly. Why wouldn't you immediately kick them off you lie under oath, the first one should have immediately dismissed them as a witness. The second one definitely would. But hey, I mean, everybody lies under oath sometime. You may as well give them a chance to lie a third time. You lie under oath again. Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you. As does my gavel. Wait, it is clear. What do they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about this. Very well. Begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong. The confession. It is true. I ate la body in the kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him. I swear it. You must believe me. I believe that he did not kill him. You were forced by who? I cannot say, or I will be erased. Let's try a different question then. When Mr. Elk died, was he really the only person at his table? There was. There was another man. I knew it. Maggie was telling the truth. You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright. Just one more thing I need to do. Gotta break this guy. Get him to tell us the name of the real killer. Good luck. Wait, no, now I have to do it. No! Did you carry the body by yourself? Oui, I carried him, and I carried Maggie too. Maggie too? When she saw the victim collapse, she fainted. I could not leave her there. But why did you hide the bodies? What man? Who was he? No, I cannot say. I fear for my life.
Why did you do that?
Exactly. He's really scared. You just have to put the words in his mouth, Nick. Yeah, you're right. You won't tell me. I'll tell him. Why would you go along with this man? And what reason would that be, Mr. Armstrong? You know, monsieur. Yes? Surely you cannot expect a young maiden to talk about such an embarrassment. A maiden? You're a bit old to get away with that. And a bit too male. You cannot finish a cross-examination without establishing his reasoning. We'll just have to prove it with evidence. Evidence? So, you're claiming that all you did was hide the bodies, is that correct? Oui, that's right. We are to believe you, Mr. Armstrong. You must tell the court everything. You must make clear the identity of the man who ordered you to do this. If he confessed as much, you might as well stop dancing on the real issue. Yeah, but he really doesn't want to tell us who the killer is. Then sock it to him, Nick. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Now I'm just nervous. I'm 90% higher than that, sure, what I need to do, but, you know. Let's end this dance of a ring around the rosy, Mr. Armstrong. This is the man that you've been referring to. Who's that? I feel like I've seen him somewhere. Oh my god, Judge. Oh, I don't know. Maybe a month ago in this very courtroom? This man is Furio Tigre. He's the manager of a loan office called Tender Lender. There's no point trying to hide the truth anymore, Mr. Armstrong. I know you couldn't go against Mr. Tigre, at least not whilst he had this on you. Your terrible lunch special. Just god all, and everybody hates it now. A $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. You had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you. Oui, it is as you say. Mr. Armstrong. La Tigre, he told me he was going to use my restaurant for a business rendezvous. On the day in question, he was meeting the victim and to demand that he repay his loan. I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what he told me to do. I had no choice. I carried La body and La inconscient Maggie out of the dining area and into the kitchen. After that, I just tried to forget what I had seen. I think we can now safely say that the man who forced her hand was Mr. Furio Tigre. I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron pocket, was that your doing as well? No, I knew nothing about that. Making it look like it was Maggie who had done it. I was not. It is despicable. Mr. Godot, you will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness. Yeah, good luck. Here's reference to Phoenix's Japanese name meaning dragon. Oh, here's just a tiger biting a dragon. Symbolic. Didn't know that. Awesome. Thank you. Also, hey, how's it going? Welcome to Viperland in the chat. That's pretty nifty. So even his shirt is telling everybody that he's trying to beat Phoenix. Proceedings will continue tomorrow. 30 minutes. What? The trial will go on. I'll see to it myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. A minute more. Now don't sit back and relax yet, Trey. No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way. Very well. Your request is granted, Mr. Godot. With this word, I have not, no, which is why I have made many mistakes. Yes. Very blind. We'll resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Till then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess. But then, no. I appreciate the offer, but I want to make my own mistakes and do it blind. I thank you for the offer, but I will pass. Also, we are going to end here tonight just because there's not going to be enough time to hit another logical stopping point in 12 minutes. There's just not. Yeah, I commit to my mistakes, and there will be many of them, but I appreciate the offer for help. If I was a smarter person, I'd take it. Yeah, no, this is a good time to stop it. There's no way that 12 minutes gets us to another stopping point. That's just not possible. Blind as a man, coffee's deep. Yeah, basically. Obviously, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. It's been a good heckin' night. Yeah, we got a bit turned around earlier on, but we made progress. We're on a new investigation. We're going to finish this next year, because the next 2 Sundays we will be busy. Christmas Eve for one, New Year's Eve for the other. So I won't be streaming this until January again. But we will continue on Sundays then. Just circumstances for other stuff. Obviously, we got some extra shoutouts tonight. We had Grim dropping their 73-month resubscription. Big honkin' number, big honkin' resubscription. We had Ramen gifting a sub to Elite Asian Princess. You know, the pen pal. Totally normal pen pal. We had Ulti with the raid and everybody in chat hanging out, having a good time, enjoying. Excuse me, dang. Why hiccups at the last bit of stream? Why? We don't have a super set in stone plan for the next handful of days other than tomorrow is Mario Kart. Sora's using a ticket. If I do recall correctly, a birthday ticket for Mario Karting. Tuesday I wanted to do Yakuza. I wouldn't mind trying to finish up. I think we're close to doing Cursed Halo, so maybe Thursday we'll do Cursed Halo. And Saturday is definitely going to be Grand Blue again. Friday probably Yakuza. That's about as set in stone as things are for right now. But yeah. In the meantime, we have a monster, a disco, and of course, an objection.
Objection!
Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. This has been Viper's Viperland, and I will see you all next time. Actually, do you know what? We got a raid tonight. Let's toss the raid forward to somebody. Hold on. Let me see who's on. Give me a second. See who's on and about that week. would be the night that Jude probably ended before I did tonight. Single person on my list. Really, not one. All right. Well, auto host will grab it then. I really should. I really should do raids more often. But like half the people I raid end at the exact same time I do, which is funny. But yeah, I will pay it forward next time. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. This has been Viper's Viperland. Once again, see you all next time.